Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So today in this video, we are going to learn about the top 10 Zoom automations that you can set up with Pabbly Connect. So we all know Zoom is one of the most popular platforms to conduct online meetings or conduct some kind of webinars. And here we are going to discuss the top 10 things related to Zoom that you can automate. So using these automations, you can actually share the recording of your Zoom meetings automatically on WhatsApp with all the registrants as the meeting is over. Or you can set up an automation using which you can automatically upload the recordings of your Zoom meeting on your YouTube channel. Also, we can set up an automation using which you can send the meeting link or meeting invitations to your registrant or user on SMS. And other than that, we are going to set up an automation using which you can actually add the registrant for your Zoom meeting directly from the Google Sheet. Suppose you are getting the new user or registrant details from multiple sources and you are adding those details into a Google Sheet. So you can actually create an automation using which from Google Sheet itself, you can add registrant in your Zoom meeting. Also, we are going to see how you can create a backup of your Zoom meeting recording and save those files, save those Zoom meeting recordings on Dropbox or any other cloud storage platform. Then we are going to see an automation using which if you are conducting a paid webinar session, guys, and you are conducting or you are using an online payment gateway like Razorpay, Stripe or Instamojo, and you can set up a simple automation using which whenever you are going to receive a new online payment, automatically the customer who made the payment will be added as a registrant for that webinar in Zoom. So the possibilities with automation are endless. So without any further delay, let's start with this complete guide and understand in a step-by-step manner that how you can set up all 10 of these automation all by yourself.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to share your Zoom recordings on WhatsApp. So imagine this, you are a teacher and you are using Zoom to conduct sessions with your students. So you have conducted a session. So you want to share the recordings of these sessions on students' WhatsApp number, maybe to create a backup or help them revise. So here you have two choices. The first choice is you can copy all the details from Zoom, sort it out, manually upload the recordings and send it on WhatsApp. The problem with this approach is it's actually very repetitive and tiresome. So I suggest that you bring in some automation. So here, when a new recording is created in Zoom, it will automatically send this recording on WhatsApp. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Zoom and WhatsApp. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen.
Okay, so we will begin with an example. So as you can see, I have scheduled a chemistry class from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So I'm just going to click on start. Okay, so the lecture has been started. So it's trying to connect. Okay, so let me just click on share my screen and I'm going to use whiteboard. Okay, and this is my class O2 plus H2 equal to H2O. So this is my class about chemistry. Okay, so we have completed our class and I'm just going to click on stop share. Okay, and I'm just going to end this class, end meeting for all. Okay, so now this is the WhatsApp of my student. Okay, so basically he will be getting the recordings of this particular class. So let us explore. Okay, so this is the message my student has received. So his name is Aaron. So Aaron Manuel opened the recording with this password. So basically this is the link of the recording. So basically he's going to just click on this link and enter this password. So let me just show you by opening this in an incognito mode. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm just going to open this in an incognito mode. So this is what the student is going to do. So imagine this, the student is going to fill in his password. So the student has entered his passcode. Okay, so this is the recording that he is going to receive. Okay, so as you may remember, we had studied about O2 and H2O. Okay, the formation of water. So this is the lecture. Okay, so this is what we are planning to do. So basically anytime a student registers to your class, he will be getting the recording of that particular session on his WhatsApp. Okay, so to begin the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly.com, press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Here hover on products and here you will find the option called as connect. Click on connect and then just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also create your own free account in just 2 minutes. Here, I would like to mention one more thing that Pabbly Connect offers a plan where this integration can be tried out absolutely free. So you just have to clone the template of its workflow, which is available in the description box. Once you clone the template, you will get immediate access to this amazing workflow in your account. Okay, so scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Zoom Integrations. Zoom Integration. And then just click on Create. Okay, so when you click on Create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the Choose app, how about we make it as Zoom? Because we want to send the data from Zoom. That is why. Okay, so now in the trigger event, how about we make it as configure webhooks? Okay, so at present we only have one trigger event, that is configure webhooks. Now if you want more trigger events according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. Okay, so basically the gist of the process is we are just trying to integrate Zoom to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a visit to Zoom. So this is my Zoom account. So to begin the integration process, let's go to this part called as Advanced. Click this. Okay, so under the Advanced tab, you will find the option called as Integrations. Click this, click on Integration. Okay, so in the integrations, all you have to do is just click on Go to App Marketplace. Click this. Okay, just click on Agree. Okay, so here in the App Marketplace, click on Develop. So here you will find the option called as Build App. Click this. Okay, just click on the Terms of Agreement. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a lot of apps to build. So we are going with this one, JWT. Okay, so your obvious question is, what is JWT? Okay, so JWT basically means JSON Web Token. So it's a self-contained way for securely transmitting information between parties as JSON objects. Basically, it means that this data flow is verified and trusted because it is digitally signed. If you don't understand it, it's okay. All you have to do is just click on Create. Okay, so we have to give a name to this JSON app. I'm going to give it as Zoom1. Okay, some random name, that's all. Just let me just click on Create. Okay, so I have changed the app name as Starfield Tutorials because Zoom1 was not looking proper. The company name, just type Starbucks or something. Okay, just random names. My name is Elon Musk. Okay, and this is my email address. Just enter all the description you can because we just want to create a JSON token. So okay, so we have entered the email address. Okay, so in the links we don't have to do anything about that. Just click on continue. Okay, so we have created a new JSON JWT. So this is Starfield Tutorials. Okay, so just click on continue. Okay, so now we have to add a feature. So basically toggle this to the right. Okay, click on add new subscription, click this, and we are going to give a name to this subscription. How about recordings to WhatsApp? Okay, so you can give any name according to your discretion. I'm just giving it as recording to WhatsApp. So this is the name. Now coming to the most important part, event notification endpoint URL. So event notification endpoint URL is basically your webhook URL. So to get the webhook URL, just go back to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered our endpoint URL. Now we have to select the event type. So basically we want to send the data when the event has been recorded. Basically if our recordings is completed. So just click on add event. In the recordings, just click this and just make it as all recordings have been completed. Just click on this checkbox. Okay, and just click on done. Excellent. Click on save and then just click on continue. Excellent. So basically we have set up our webhook. So basically we have successfully integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect. Basically this means that anytime a new recording is created in Zoom, it will be captured by Pabbly Connect. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me go to Pabbly Connect and click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going back to Zoom. So this time I'm going to schedule an event. So this is my Zoom meeting. Okay, so I'm just going to schedule one event. Just click on schedule a meeting. Okay, so the name is how about we go with biology this time. Biology lecture 101. Okay, so this is the meeting name, biology lecture 101. Now this is from 17th March 2021, 5 p.m. Okay, excellent. And the duration is of 1 hour. And of course the registration is required, so I'm checking this box in. Okay, so this is the passcode, not really important. The waiting room I have checked in. So in the video and the host participant, I'm just keeping it as off. The audio, let's keep it as both telephone as well as computer audio. Now in the meeting option, I just want to check in this box, automatically record meeting. Now in the automatically record meeting, I want to save my recordings in the cloud. Okay, so Zoom offers an option where you can save your recordings in the cloud. Okay, so let me just click on save. Okay, so we have registered or scheduled this particular meeting, that is biology lecture 101. Now basically what we are going to do here is we are going to make 3 entries for registration. So this is the registration link. Okay, so this is the link, and as you can see, we only have the fields like the name, the last name, and the email address, and of course this is the confirmation email address. We don't have the field for the phone number. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add an additional field of phone number. So let me just go back and just scroll down. And here in the registration, just click on edit. Okay, so we have the window of registration, just click on question. So these are the fields we want to add. So I just want to add a new field, that is phone number. So if you want more fields to be added, all you have to do is check in all these boxes. Now, if it is mandatory, just click on required. So basically the registrant has to fill in all these blanks. So that is why I'm keeping it as required. Okay, so let me just click on save all. Okay, so let me just cancel this and let's explore this newly created form. Okay, so this is the new form. So we have the name, the last name, the email, the confirmation email, the address, the city, the region, the zip code, and of course the most important, the phone number. So basically here the registrant will be entering his WhatsApp number. So basically my plan is very simple. We are going to create 3 registrants. So I'm just opening this in a new tab, 2 more forms. Okay, so this is the phone number of this person, Reina Manuel, 919131323916. Okay, so basically we have entered all the details of a student called as Reina Manuel. This is the email address and this is the WhatsApp number. So let me just click on register. Okay, so a registration has been made by a person called as Reina Manuel. Now we are going to make another registration. So the name of this guy is Aaron. Okay, so these are the details of Aaron, and this is his phone number. Okay, so he has filled his details, and let me just click on register. Okay, of course I'm not a robot. Register. Okay, so a registration has been made by a guy called as Aaron Manuel. So 2 registration has been made, one by Reina Manuel, another by Aaron Manuel. Now we want to make one more registration. Okay, it will help you to understand because there is a concept of iterator that you want to know. Okay, so the name of the person is, let's say, Tom Cruise. Okay, so Tom Cruise is it is. So this is the phone number of Tom Cruise. Okay, so we have entered the phone number of Tom Cruise. So these are the 3 students we have: Tom Cruise, Aaron Manuel, as well as Reina Manuel. So let me just click register. Of course, it's not a robot. So let me just click on register. Okay. So the registration has been made by 3 students, Aaron, Reina, and Tom Cruise. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to record a session. Okay. So my meetings. Okay. So in my meetings, we have a scheduled event called as biology lecture. So let me just start this. Okay. And it's trying to connect. Okay. So our session has started. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Click on share. Okay, so this is biology lecture. So we will be talking about mitosis and meiosis. So this is a cell, okay, and in meiosis we are going to divide the cell into 2 parts. So this is meiosis. Okay, so this was our biology lecture. One cell has been divided into 2 cells, and let me just click on stop share. Okay, so our meeting has come to an end meeting for all. Okay, so let's have a look in Pabbly Connect. Since it is integrated with Zoom, has it captured the details of this recording? So let's have a look. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. Give it 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, so as you can see, we have collected the data. So the topic is biology lecture. And let me just scroll down. So basically this is my email address, ashira824@gmail.com. So with which I have registered into my Zoom account. Okay, and let me just scroll down to other details. So basically this is the format in which the recording was captured, the time format in which the recording was captured. So where is our shareable link of this recording? So let me just scroll down even more. Okay, so nope, it's not here, it's not here. Okay, so Yeah, this is the URL we want. So basically we will be sharing this particular URL to our registered participants. Now there is something you should know. So when we scroll down, you may expect to find the details of the registered participants, but you can't. There is no detail of Tom Cruise, Aaron or Reina. So basically we have to retrieve the information of them. So now to do that, let me just introduce you to another window. So this window is called as the action window. Now in this action window, we have to again choose Zoom because we want to retrieve the data from Zoom. Okay, so now in the action event, just scroll down and just click on Get Meeting Registrant. Okay, so just click on Connect with Zoom. In the new credentials, just again click on Connect with Zoom. Okay, excellent. So our authorization is successful. Just press OK. So when you click on OK, you will find a blank in front of you. So in this blank, you have to enter the meeting ID. So your obvious question is, where is the meeting ID? So let me just show you the meeting ID. So let me just scroll up. Okay, so this is our meeting ID. So basically we have to map this particular detail here. Okay, so to map all this detail here, this particular detail here, let me just introduce you to this button. This button is called as the mapping button. When we click this, you will find under the section trigger the meeting ID. So this is the meeting ID we want and we have mapped it. And when we click on save and send test request, it will fetch the data of the registered participants. So as you may remember, the registered participants were Aaron, Reina and Tom. So let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so we have the details. So this is the name, Tom. This is the last name, Cruise. This is the email, tomcruise1234@gmail.com. And this is where he resides. This is the city where he resides. And of course, this is the phone number where we'll be sending the URL. Okay, so let's explore the details of Aaron. So yeah, we do have the details of Aaron. So this is the name, Aaron. This is the last name, Manuel. This is the email and this is the address, and of course this is the WhatsApp number where we will be sharing our URL. Okay, Zoom URL. Now we have the last one, that is Reina. So this is Reina, this is the last name, this is the email, and this is of course the address, and this is the phone number where we will be sharing the URL. Excellent. So basically we have got all our details. Okay, so now our idea is that we will be sending the recording URL to Aaron, Reina and Tom on their respective WhatsApp numbers. Now the problem is we have the full data of these three persons. So we have to sort them out individually so that the WhatsApp messages will be sent to each of them one by one. So first we will condense all this data into an array and then use iterator. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to toggle this to the left. Okay, the simple response is now going to be advanced response. And let me again just click on save and send test request. Okay, so this is the API response and let me show you the data. So this is the data, very clumsy. Okay, so this is the data we have. And this is basically all in an array. So as you can see, we have the name Tom, okay, and then we have the other person, that is Aaron, and then we have the other person, that is Reina. So all the data we have in an array. So we have condensed the data in form of array. Now we will use iterator to sort the data. So the idea with the iterator is that at first we will have the data of Tom Cruise individually, and in the next iteration it will have the data of Aaron, and in the last iteration it will show the data of Reina, and then the loop stop. So this will continue until the loop stop. Let me show you if you don't really understand. Let me just show you. So we are going to introduce another action window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as a iterator? Okay, iterator, this one. Okay, so in the choose array, we don't have to do anything. It's already showing to registrant. And let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, we have the data of Tom Cruise. Okay, Tom Cruise, and this is the email, and this is the address, this is the city, and this is the country, and this is of course the WhatsApp number where we'll be sending the URL. Okay, so in the next iteration, it will show the data of Aaron, and in the last iteration, it will show the data of Reina, and then the loop will end. Excellent. Okay, so how about we sync all this data to WhatsApp using Chat API? So let me introduce you another action window. Okay, so here we will be using Chat API. Chat API it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as send a link? Okay, then just click on connect with Chat API. Now in the new credentials, we have to fill in the API URL as well as the token. So to get these details, let me just take you to Chat API. Chat API, this one. Okay, so this is my Chat API dashboard and this is my API URL. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm just going to paste it here. So this is my API URL. Now coming to the token, let me just go back to chat API and let me just copy the token. So this is the token. I have copied this and I'm going to paste it here. So we have entered our token. So we have entered the API URL. Also we have entered the token. So let me just click on save. So when you click on OK, a set of blanks has appeared in front of you. The purpose of these blanks is very simple. We are going to construct a message in Chat API to send it on WhatsApp from the data that we have received from Zoom via Pabbly Connect. So before we start mapping, there is something I want to show you, base64 encoding. So your obvious question is, what is base64 encoding? So I will explain base64 in a very few simple terms. So base64 is an encoding scheme that converts binary data into textual data so that the encoded textual data can be easily transported over network, which is uncorrupted and without any data loss. So the problem with sending the normal binary data to a network is that bits can be misread, which produces incorrect data in the receiving node. So that is why we have to convert using this particular code. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, and if you don't get it, it's okay. It's simply simple thing is that we basically have to convert the URL using base64 encoding. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll up. Okay, click on this plus button. Okay, I'm going to use another action window. So in the action window, we are going to use data transformer, this one. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as base64 encode? Okay, excellent. Then just click on connect with data transformer. Now in the data, we basically have to map our URL that we are going to share. So as you may remember, this is the URL that we want to share. Okay, so this is the trigger and this is the URL that we want to share, payload object share URL. Okay, so this is the one we wanted to share. So let me just scroll down. Okay, and let me just map in this particular URL. So this is the mapping button, and here from this accordion you will find the shareable URL. So where is our URL? Where is our URL? Yeah, this is the one we want, and let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing that we have successfully encoded, and this is the format that we want here. Okay, so basically what we're going to do here is we are going to input this, okay, here. Okay, so that's the idea. Now let me just again click on connect with chat API. Okay, let me just scroll down and just go to the recent setting and let me just click on save. Okay, so let's start mapping in the details. Now in the contact and the group, we don't have any data regarding that because we want to send it to an individual or a particular student. So we are going to ignore that. Now coming to the phone number, so let's map it. So let me just click on the mapping button, and here in the iterator we will find the phone number. So I have selected the iterator and this is the phone number we want, okay, of Tom Cruise. Now in the body we basically are going to map in the URL. So we will find the URL from triggers. So just scroll down and you will find the URL. Okay, so this is the shareable URL. Now as you may remember, we had the base64 encoded, so basically we want to just map this particular detail here. Okay, so let me just click on the mapping button, and this is the data that we have received from data transformer, and this is the data we have mapped. Excellent. Now in the title, our title was something like biology class. So let me go back to trigger and let me just map the one. So this is the topic, so it will be our title, biology lecture 101. Now in the description we will just map something like Mr. and let's map in the name. So we will get the name from the iterator. So this is the name Tom, and this is the last name Cruise. Okay, Mr. Tom Cruise, and we are going to map in the password also. This is your password, and the password is something that we will get from trigger. So this is the password. Where is our password? Let me just type passcode here. Passcode. Okay, so passcode. So this is our password. Okay, so we have mapped it. So using this password, Tom Cruise will be able to use the recording. And okay, so Mr. Tom Cruise, this is your password. Excellent. To open your recording. Okay, so basically we have filled in the description, we have entered our title. So this is the encoding that we have mapped from here. Okay, and this is the phone number where we will be sending the message, and this is the body. Okay, so let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing the message has been sent. So let me just show you the message that Tom Cruise has received. Okay, so this is the message that Tom Cruise has received. So basically, he's going to click on this link and fill in his password, and he's going to use the recording. So let me show you the recording, the message that Aaron has received. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to open the web WhatsApp. So imagine this. This is the message that Aaron has received. Okay. So basically, he's going to click on this link, enter his password, and he is going to get the recordings. So this is the whole process in a nutshell. Okay. So before we end this, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to minimize my action window, this action window, and I'm going to minimize this action window, minimize this action window, and minimize this action window, and minimize the trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect, and then you have received the data of the registrant. Then you have used the iterator to sort out the data. And then you have used base64 encoding. And of course, then you have integrated Chat API to send the WhatsApp message. So now there is a perfect flow of data between Zoom and Chat API, I mean WhatsApp messages. Okay, so our integration is working absolutely fine. Hello everyone, so in this video we will learn how to send Zoom meeting invite link via Gmail automatically. So let us begin with a small example. So as you can see, we have a person called as Sneh Tripathi who is registering to my Zoom meeting. The first name is Sneh, the last name is Tripathi. The email address is snehtripathi6 and this is the confirmation email address. So Sneh Tripathi is just going to click on register. Okay, of course Sneh Tripathi is not a robot. Okay, so the registration has been made by a person called as Sneh Tripathi, and the registration is made for the class called as Max Algebra. So now the idea is that Sneh Tripathi will be getting an email from me. So now basically the idea is that Sneh Tripathi will be getting an email from me, and this email will contain the joining URL of this particular meeting. So let me just straight away take you to the email profile of Sneh Tripathi to check do we have does Sneh Tripathi has this joining URL. Okay, so as you can see, this is the email that Sneh Tripathi has received from me. And this is the message, hello Sneh, this is your URL for joining the Zoom meeting, Max Algebra class, scheduled on this day and this time. And this is the link. So Sneh Tripathi is going to click on this link on this particular day and time, and he will be joining Max Algebra class. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Zoom to Gmail? So basically here we have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Zoom and Gmail. Now the best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you the steps. Okay, so to begin the process in your browser, type pabbly.com. Pabbly.com it is. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also build your own free account in just 2 minutes. So let me just scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this, a dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. So I'm going to give a random name about Zoom Connections. Okay, because we are going to connect with Zoom with other apps, so that is why Zoom connection. And let me just click on create. Of course, you can give any name according to your discretion. Now here is a trigger window. So basically we are going to create a new workflow of integrating Zoom with other apps. Now, in case if we want to replicate or clone this workflow, the link of this workflow is available in the description box. So in the choose app, since we want to send the data from Zoom, let's make it as Zoom. This one. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as configure webhooks? Okay, so configure webhook is a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger event? Trigger is basically a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? So basically what we are trying to do here is we are just trying to send the data when a new user registers in Zoom. Okay, so to begin the actual integration process, let me just take you to my Zoom account. So this is my Zoom account, and let me bring your attention to this part called as the advanced. So this part is located in the left side. Click this. Okay, so in the advanced tab, under the drop down, you will find the option called as integration. Click this. Okay, so this is the integrations page. Click on go to app marketplace. Okay, just click on agree. Okay, now bring your attention to this part called as develop. Click on build app. Okay, so just click on agree once again. Okay, so now we have to select an app. I'm going to select this one, JWT, okay, JSON Web Token. So let me just click on create. Now we have to give a name to this JWT app. I'm going to give it as Pabbly Connect. Pabbly Connect Test. Of course, you can give any name according to your discretion. I'm just giving a random name, Pabbly Connect Test. And let me just click on create. Okay, yes. So basically we have entered the app name as Pabbly Connect Text. The company name is, let's say, Tesla. Okay, I love Tesla car, that is why. The name is Elon. And this is my email address. Okay, okay, so I have entered my email address. And as far as the links are concerned, we don't have to do anything about it. All I'm going to do is just click on continue. Okay, so we have got our JWT token. So this is what we want. Then you have to come to this part, that is event subscription. So all you have to do is just click here and we are going to add a new event subscription. So I'm planning to add it as, I have to give a name, subscription name. So how about Zoom data entry? Just a random name, that's all. Now comes the most important part, the event notification endpoint URL. So this is your event notification endpoint URL, or also known as the webhook URL. You just copy this and you just paste it here. Okay, you just paste it here. Now comes the most important part. Again, this is also an important part, that is event type. You just click here, add events, and the event is meeting registration has been created. Okay, this is the one we want, meeting registration has been created. So out of all these events, we only have interest in this one, meeting registration has been created. Let me just click on done, just click on save, and after that all you have to do is just click on continue. So it is showing the app has been activated on the account. Excellent. So at this point we are ready to receive the data. So when I say I'm ready to receive the data, it basically means when a new meeting registration is created in Zoom, it is ready to receive the data. It will capture the data of the newly created registration as well as the registrant. So what I'm going to do here is, for your consideration, I'm going to create a new registrant. Okay, so I'm just going to create first of all, I'm going to create a new meeting. Okay, so let me just create a new meeting and let me schedule a meeting. And the meeting name will be on, Max Quantum classes. Okay, and the event has been scheduled on 16th of Friday, 16th of July 2021. The event will be on 1 hour for 1 hour, and the registration, let's keep it as required. So the security, let's keep it as waiting room, and make sure the video of the host is on. Let's keep the video of the participant also on. Okay, so that's enough. Let me just click on save. Okay, so this is the registration link. Okay, and this is basically the topic, or I mean the meeting topic, the Max Quantum classes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on the registration link. Okay, and let me just remove this old data, and we are going to enter some more details. Okay, this time a person called as Amy Alexander is filling the form. Okay, so the first name is Amy, the last name is Alexander, then we have the email address. So this is the email address. Okay, so we have to confirm the email address, amy26064@gmail.com. Okay, so these are the details. Let me just click on register. So a registration has been made by a person called as Amy Alexander, and these are the details. So the classes will be on Max Quantum classes. This will be scheduled on, it is scheduled on July 16th, and this is the meeting ID. And then we have the meeting URL. So this is the meeting URL and some of the details that we have to send to the email profile of Amy. And this is how you do it. So first of all, you have to know that whether Pabbly Connect has captured the details of this particular registration. So let's have a look. Yes. So we have the details. So the object is, or basically the topic is on Max Quantum classes. Then we have the person, that is Amy Alexander, and then we have the email address, amy26064@gmail.com. So we have got all the details. At the same time, we have also got the joining URL. So this is the joining URL. So what we're going to do here is we are going to send all this data to Amy using a mail. So that is why I'm going to make the app as Gmail. Now in the action event, how about we make it as send an email and simply just click on connect. We are going with the new connection, just click on connect with Gmail. Now I plan to send an email using this account. So I'm selecting this Gmail account. It is asking me to confirm my choice. So before you press allow, let me just tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. So on the basis of that trust, let me just press allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Brilliant. Now we have to fill some fields. The purpose of these fields is very simple. We are going to compose an email from the data that we have received from Zoom via Pabbly Connect. We have the recipient name. So we are going to map the full name. Now if you want to know where I did get the data of the recipient name, so this is the recipient name or the person who has made the registration, that is Amy Alexander. Amy and Alexander. Okay, first name as well as the last name. So we are going to map Amy first. Okay, dash Alexander. Okay, then we have the recipient email address. So the recipient email address is this one. The sender name. So I will be sending this email on the behalf of my school. So the name of the school is St. Xavier High School. Okay, then we have the sender email address. So this is my email address. I'm just going to manually enter this. Remember this is the same account through which we are going to send the email @gmail.com. Okay, now the email subject is registration confirmed. And then we are going to enter the content. Hello. Hello. Also, I think we should enter this in a new line. Hello, Amy. Amy. Okay, let's go with hello, Amy. Thank you for registering on if you have the Max Quantum classes. Okay, thank you for registering on Max Quantum classes. This is your meeting ID. And let me just map the meeting ID. I'm sorry, that's not the meeting ID. Registration ID. Okay, let's go with the registration ID. That will do. This is your registration ID. That would be much better. Registration ID. And the meeting is scheduled on, let me just add the time. So this is the time. Please join using this link. And let me just add the link. So let me just add the link. So this is the joining URL. Hello Amy, thank you for registering on Max Quantum classes. This is your registration ID and the meeting is scheduled on this time. Please join using this link. Okay, so at this point all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send this message to Amy. So let me do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So let's have a look. Did Amy receive this email or not? Oh yes, this is the message that Amy has received. So let's explore. Amy, hello Amy, thank you for registering on Max Quantum classes. This is your registration ID and the meeting is scheduled on this date. Please join using this link. And the Amy is going to click on this link and join the meeting on the scheduled time. So it is on July 16th. So it's pointless to explore this link. So the presence of this email confirms that we have a successful integration between Zoom and Gmail. Now before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window and let me just minimize the trigger windows. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect and then you integrated Pabbly Connect to Gmail. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Zoom and Gmail. Excellent.
In this video, you will learn how you can upload your Zoom meeting recordings on your own YouTube channel automatically. So guys, if you are regularly conducting important meetings or educational sessions on Zoom and you want to share those sessions on your YouTube channel, this automation is for you. And here after getting your meetings recorded, you do not have to manually upload the video on YouTube. It will happen automatically and it will save your time and your efforts. And we are going to set up this automation without any coding very easily. Let's start. So we are using Pabbly Connect to set up this automation. So Pabbly Connect is an automation tool, and this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. I have pasted the same link in the description. From here, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account and you will get free automation tasks to set up and test your automations every month. Okay. So you can sign up right now, and after that you have to sign in and reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and from here you have to click on this create workflow button to set up this automation workflow, and here you can give a suitable name to this workflow as well. So I'm giving the name here as Zoom meeting recordings on YouTube. Okay, so after filling the name, just click on this create button and you can see your workflow page is getting ready here. And on this page you will find these two things, the trigger and the action. So with the help of these two modules, you can set up any automation, and our automations are based on the logic that when this happens, that means when something is going to happen in the trigger application, action will make Pabbly Connect perform any action in a different application. So here in the trigger, we are going to connect our trigger application, and in this action, we are going to connect our action application. So in this use case, guys, recording of the meetings will act as the trigger, okay, and the action would be to upload the same meetings on YouTube. So here Zoom will be our trigger application. So search for Zoom here, okay, and select the Zoom. Then the trigger event would be configure webhooks option. So it will trigger this workflow on several events, like when meeting starts or ends or any attendee joins and many others. So select this option and it will give you this webhook URL, and with the help of this we are going to make a connection with Zoom application. And to create that webhook connection, you need to refer this documentation attached here in this link. So you can click on it and you will reach this page, and here you can learn how you can create an app in Zoom app marketplace and how you can make a connection. You can read it and follow the instructions. I'm going to show you directly what you have to do. So this is my Zoom applications dashboard. Okay, here when you scroll down on the left hand side panel, you will find the admin section. Under admin, you have to click on advanced. Under advanced, you will find this app marketplace. Click on app marketplace. And under this page, guys, you will find this develop option right here. From here, from this develop option, click on build app. And here you have to build a webhook only application. So here you will find this webhook only option. From here, click on this create button. Here you can give a name to this app. So I am giving the name as Zoom recordings. After giving the name, just click on create button. And here you can see the Zoom recordings app page is here. Here you have to provide the basic information of the application. Here you have to provide the company's name, the developer's name, developer's email address, okay, right, and after this just click on continue and you will reach the feature section. Here you have to click you have to toggle this event subscriptions button to on like this, and here you have to click on this add event subscription button, and here it is asking for the subscriptions name and the endpoint URL. So here you can give any name to this subscription that we are creating. So I am giving the name as testing recordings. You can give any name. Here in this event and notification endpoint URL field, you have to paste the webhook URL that you got here in your workflow. So just click on copy from here and paste this URL here in this field like this. Okay, right, and after that click on this add events button and under this events type you will find this recording option. Click on recording, and from these events you have to check this box. Okay, all recordings have completed. Check this box, or you can check this box as well, recording stopped, whatever you want. I am selecting this and this also. After that, click on done here, then click on save. Alright, then click on continue, and you can see your application Zoom recordings is activated on the Zoom account, right? So we are done making the connection, and here you can see as we have copied this Webhook URL here, it started showing waiting for the Webhook connections response. So this means now you have to perform a test submission. So for performing a test submission, you need to manually create a meeting, and you have to start the meeting and stop the meeting. You just have to do this. Okay, so for a minor period of time you can start any meeting and stop it, and the recording will be saved in the cloud storage of Zoom, and the response of that meeting will be captured here in our workflow. Okay, so that data will act as a test data for us to move forward in this automation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going back to my Zoom application, and here you can see these are my previous meetings, so you can use the previous meeting links as well. So I'm using this one only. I have created this today, and I'm clicking on start here. Let me start in this old meeting of mine. So I'm clicking on launch meet, and here you can see we are connecting to the cloud server. Got it. And here you can see the recording and the meeting has been started here. Okay, so you can just do anything here for a few seconds or a minute. You can draw anything here like this, whatever you want. All right, so now you can see here in the workflow it's still waiting for the response here. Now let me go back to the meeting. Where is my meeting? Okay, here it is. And now let me click on stop recording first. Yes. And now let me end this meeting. So I'm clicking on end meeting for all. Right. So this is just a manual testing process. And as you stop the meeting and record the meeting, the data of this meeting will be captured in the workflow, and also we'll get the test data and the response. Let's see. And here you can see, guys, we got the response captured here like this, and here you can see it started showing the topic of the meeting. That was this, my meeting test. This was our meeting's name. You can see my meeting test. Okay, that we have started, and here is the time zone of the meeting. This is the start time. Status is completed, and here you can see the recordings play URL. Okay, from this URL you can play the recording. Okay, and the file type is MP4. Here we have the download URL of the meeting. So with the help of these links, we can play the URL, play the meeting, or download the meeting. Okay, so this is how you can capture the response. Now guys, I want to share this on my YouTube channel, and for this we are going to use the sections tab. But so here you have to search for YouTube, and the action event would be upload video. Okay, but before using upload video action event, we need to have the ID of the video category. Okay, so for getting the we have different categories of videos on YouTube, so you must have a YouTube video ID, category ID of the video, so that when we upload the video we can enter the ID. Okay, for that we have this. Let me show you this option. Here you can see we have this list video categories option. So it will retrieve the list of video categories based on the region. So you have to select this option, then click on connect. From here select add new connection, then click on connect with YouTube. And from here you have to connect the account by which you have, the Google account by which you have created your channel. Okay, then you have to provide some additional access to your account. Just click on continue. That is completely safe. And you can see the authorization is successful and we are connected. And according to your region, then where you live in, you have to provide the country code here, and according to that region the categories of the videos will be listed here in the response. So I am living in India, so I am putting the my region's code as IN. You can search for your region by clicking on this ISO alpha 2 text here. Okay, and now click on save and send test request button. And here you can see, guys, we got this kind of response, and here we have these labels, item ID labels, and here you can see the categories, film and animation categories here, and the ID of this thing is this one. Okay, for the second category we have this ID 2, autos and vehicles. Similarly, for the music category we have the item ID number 10. For pets and animals we have 15 number ID, sports 17 number. So from here you can sort out your video category and your ID number. So right now we are working on educational content and we are providing education on Zoom. So for that the ID number is 27. I'm going to use this. Right, now it is time to upload the video on YouTube. For that, just click here on this plus icon and here search for YouTube again. Alright, and now the action event would be upload a video. So here we have upload video option. Then click on connect. And from here select add new connection. Sorry. Now guys, you can use the existing or the saved connection that you have. So we have already connected with YouTube in the previous step. So the connection that we make here in this workflows are saved in your account. So if you want to make the connection again with the same application, you can use your saved connections. For that, you just have to select this existing connection option, and here it will show you the list of all the existing connections that you have. From here you can choose any of your saved connection. After that, you just have to click on save and you will be connected again with the same application like this. Okay, and here it is asking for the channel ID. So the name of my channel is demo channel. Okay, this is my channel. So the channel ID is selected. Now it is asking for the video title. So guys, now we are going to use the data that we have received from Zoom here. Okay, so from here I'm going to map the labels here in this step to fill in all these details. Okay, so the title of my video, you just have to click here and the previous steps will appear here like this in the drop down. So from this first or the trigger step, when you click here, you will see the topic of the meeting. So I'm going to use this topic as the video title. So click on it to map it. Alright, and now it is asking for the video description. So if you want to write the description on your own, you can write it manually as well. So I'm putting the description as this is the recording of now here I'm going to map the topic of the meeting. After that I'm going to put meeting which was held today on Zoom. Okay, this is the description, right? Here it is asking for the video URL. So video URL should be publicly accessible video file URL, and the example is this. So just click here and from this first step map the shareable link of the not the shareable link but the download link of the Zoom meeting recording. So here is the download URL, just map it like this. You can provide a tags as well. Now in the categories, put 27 for educational category. You can select the visibility status. I'm making it as, let's say, private only or unlisted. Okay, whatever you want. If you want to notify the subscribers, you can do it from here only. Okay, and you can select the following options as well. Now you can check your connection with YouTube channel by clicking on save and send test request button, and the video will be uploaded here like this. Okay, let me show you that. I'm clicking on save and send test request. So it might take a few seconds to happen and you will see the video on your YouTube channel. So you can see we are done here. This is the response we have received. Let's check in YouTube channel. We got the new video. Let me refresh my channel content section. And here you can see guys, a new video is processing here and it got processed, and you can see the visibility here as unlisted. Okay, and the title was this, my meeting test, and you can see the description. This is the recording of my meeting which was held today on Zoom. This is the same thing. This is the same video that we got recorded. You can see this is the same video that we have recorded, right, on our Zoom meeting, and the same got captured, the same got uploaded here as we have mapped the data here. So this is how it is going to work, guys. So we are done setting up our automation, and you have to set up this automation only once. After that, you don't have to do anything manually in the workflow. After that, whenever you are going to record your Zoom meeting and ends the meeting, the video of that meeting will be uploaded on your YouTube channel automatically, and this workflow is going to run in the background. And guys, if you want to use this workflow, you can use it because I'm going to paste the link of this workflow in the description, and you can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to add Zoom registrants to Google Sheet. So imagine this, you are a teacher and you have scheduled an event, let's say physics lecture. Okay, physics lecture it is. So many students are registering themselves to participate in physics lecture. So you want to create a database of these students in Google Sheet, maybe for further analysis or just to create a backup. So here you have two choices. The first choice is you copy all the details of these students from Zoom, sort it out and manually insert it into Google Sheet. The problem with this method is it is actually very repetitive and tiresome. So I would suggest that you bring in some automation. So here, when a new registrant is added in Zoom, it will automatically add this data to Google Sheet. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Zoom and Google Sheet. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen.
Okay, so to begin the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly.com, press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Here hover on products and here you will find the option called as connect. Click on connect and then just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also create your own free account in just 2 minutes. Here, I would like to mention one more thing that Pabbly Connect offers a plan where this integration can be tried out absolutely free. So you just have to clone the template of its workflow, which is available in the description box. Once you clone the template, you will get immediate access to this amazing workflow in your account. Okay, so scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Zoom Integrations. Zoom Integration. And then just click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Zoom, because we want to send the data from Zoom. That is why. Okay, so now in the trigger event, how about we make it as configure webhooks? Okay, so at present we only have one trigger event, that is configure webhooks. Now if you want more trigger events according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. Okay, so basically the gist of the process is we are just trying to integrate Zoom to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a visit to Zoom. So this is my Zoom account. So to begin the integration process, let's go to this part called as advanced. Click this. Okay, so under the advanced tab, you will find the option called as integrations. Click this, click on integration. Okay, so in the integrations, all you have to do is just click on go to app marketplace. Click this. Okay, just click on agree. Okay, so here in the app marketplace, click on develop. So here you will find the option called as build app. Click this. Okay, just click on the terms of agreement. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a lot of apps to build. So we are going with this one, JWT. Okay, so your obvious question is, what is JWT? Okay, so JWT basically means JSON Web Token. So it is a self-contained way for securely transmitting information between parties as JSON objects. Basically, it means that this data flow is verified and trusted because it is digitally signed. If you don't understand it, it's okay. All you have to do is just click on create. Okay, so we have to give a name to this JSON app. I'm going to give it as Zoom1. Okay, some random name, that's all. Just let me just click on create. Okay, so I have changed the app name as Starfield Tutorials because Zoom1 was not looking proper. The company name, just type Starbucks or something. Okay, just random names. My name is Elon Musk. Okay, and this is my email address. Just enter all the description you can because we just want to create a JSON token. So okay, So we have entered the email address. Okay, so in the links, we don't have to do anything about that. Just click on continue. Okay, so we have created a new JSON, JWT. So this is a Starfield tutorials. Okay, so now let's go to this part called as feature. Click this. Okay, so now we want to set up some triggers. So in the event subscription, let's toggle this to the right. Okay, and then just click on add new event subscription. So we are going to give a name to this subscription. So the name is registration added or registration created, something. Just a random name according to your description, registration created. Okay. And this is the most important part, event notification endpoint URL. So to get the endpoint URL, let's go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL or the endpoint URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the URL. Okay, so now we have to set the events. So let's just click on add events. So basically we want to send the data when the meeting registration has been created. So click this and just click on done. Okay, just click on save. Okay, so we have set up the event subscription. Just click on continue. Okay, so it is showing the app is activated. Excellent. So basically it means that we have integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect. This means anytime a new registration is made in Zoom, Pabbly Connect has to capture the data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me go to Pabbly Connect and let me just click on this button, capture webhook response. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Zoom. Okay, so I'm going to open my profile once again. So this is my Zoom profile. So I'm going to schedule a meeting. So this is my meetings page and I'm going to click on schedule a meeting. So we are going to schedule a meeting. So the name of the meeting is physics lecture. Okay, that would do, physics lecture. And the description, I'm leaving it as blank, and the physics lecture is scheduled for about 9th of March, and it's on 5 p.m. and the duration is of 1 hour. Time zone is Indian GST. Okay, GMT, I'm sorry. And the meeting ID, it will automatically generate. Of course, we have to click on registration, it is required. The passcode, this is the passcode, let's ignore that. The video host on, okay, let's keep it as on, participant on. The audio, yes, both. The meeting allow participant, yeah, well, that's quite enough. Okay, so let me just click on save. Okay, so we have scheduled a meeting. So this meeting or this lecture is scheduled on March 9th. Excellent. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on this registration link. Okay, so this is the registration link from which the students or your participants can register themselves. Now, as you can see, there are fields like the first name, the last name, the email, and the email address and confirmation email address. Now, what if I want more fields? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll down, and here I'm just going to click on edit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask some more additional question like address, city, country, zip code, state, province, and phone. And of course, these all fields are mandatory. So I'm just checking in all of them. Okay, so the idea is that the student will have to mandatorily enter all these details. So let me just click on save. Okay, so let's have a look at the newly created form. So this is the registration link. Okay, so this is the registration link. So now imagine this student is going to register for into this meeting. So these are the details of the student. Okay, so his name is Lucent. The last name is William. This is the email address, Ford Motors, or about we change it to Lucent William. Okay, Lucent123 and again Lucent123. Lucent123@gmail.com. This is the address. This is the city. This is the region. This is the zip code. The state or the province, let's keep it as other. Okay, so let me just click on register. Okay, so a registration has been made by a guy called as Lucent. So let's have a look in Pabbly Connect. Has it captured this data or not? Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. Yes, the data has been captured. So let's have a look. So the topic is basically physics lecture. So this is the meeting, physics lecture. And this is the first name, that is Lucent. The last name is William. This is the email, lucent123@gmail.com. This is the address where he lives in. And this is the city. This is the country. This is the zip code. The state, we didn't mention it. And this is the phone number. Excellent. So basically, we want to create the database of this guy in Google Sheet. Okay, so to do that, let me just click on this button. Okay, so when you click on this plus button, another window opens up. This is called as the action window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Google Sheets? Google Sheets it is. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as add new row? Okay, so add new row is an action event. There are many more action events like append values, update values, delete values, copy a sheet, delete a sheet, get row, and so on. All of them are a bunch of action events. Now, just like the triggers, if you have trouble finding the action event according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. But at present, I just want to add the database in Google Sheet. Okay, so your obvious question is why we have kept the action event as add new row. So to explain you that, let me take you to my Google Sheet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you my Google Sheet. Okay, so this is the Google Sheet that I have prepared for Zoom registrants. Okay, so yeah, this is the one, Zoom registration database. So the reason I have kept the action event as add new row is basically all the data will be appended into adjacent rows one by one. First, the event detail will be appended, then the name, then the last name, email, address, city, all the details will be appended into adjacent rows one by one. Okay, so basically that is the reason. So let me take you back to Pabbly Connect and let me just click on connect with Google Sheets. Okay, so in the new credentials, just again click on connect with Google Sheets. Okay, so as you can see, these are the series of Gmail accounts I have, and in this particular Gmail account is this Google Sheet. So I'm just selecting this account. Okay, so Pabbly Connect is now demanding access to this particular account. So before I click on allow, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. Okay, so on the basis of that trust, just press allow. Okay, excellent. So it is showing the authorization is successful. Just press OK. Okay, so as you can see in the spreadsheet, it is showing it as Pabbly Connect integration main sheet. So this is because let me take you to my Google Sheet. Let me take you to my account. That is Google Sheets. Okay, so as you can see, let me just take you to my Google Sheet. So these are all the Google Sheets I have in my Gmail account. So these are all the Google Sheets in my Gmail account. And one of them is Pabbly Connect integration main sheet. So I have to change it to this one, that is Zoom registration database. So this is the sheet I have, that is Zoom registration database. So we have selected this one, Zoom registration database. Now in the sheet, it is showing it as sheet 1. This is because there is only one sheet, that is sheet 1. Okay, it is reflecting that also. Now coming to the event. So event, we basically have to map the event. So this button is called as the mapping button. When we click this, we will find all the data that we have received from Zoom. So as you can see, the event was something related to physics lecture. Yes, this is the event, physics lecture. Now coming to the name, so we want to find the name of the registrant. So the first name is Lucent. Then coming to the last name, we are going to map in the last name. The last name is William. Now coming to the email. So the email was this one, lucent123@gmail.com. Now coming to the address, do we have the related data of the address? Yes, this is the address. The city is Delhi. The zip code. Okay, so this is the zip code. Then we have the phone number. Yeah, okay, so this is the phone number. And this is the country is IN, that is abbreviation for India. Okay, so basically we have mapped all the details. So when I click on send on save and send test request, it will fetch all these details from here into Google Sheet, into this Google Sheet. Okay, so let me just do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing the data has been sent. So let's have a look. Okay, so we have got all the data. So the event is physics lecture. We have got the data. The name is Lucent. The last name is William. The email is lucent123@gmail.com. So this is the address. Okay, and this is the city. This is the zip code. This is the phone, and this is the country. So we have got all the details. So the presence of this data in Google Sheet shows that we have successfully integrated Zoom and Google Sheet with help of Pabbly Connect. So how about we double check if our integration is working fine or not? But before we do that, let me go to Pabbly Connect. And let me just minimize all of my window and explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So I have minimized my action window. I have also minimized my trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated Pabbly Connect to Google Sheets. So now there is a perfect flow of data between Zoom and Google Sheet. Excellent. So what I'm going to do here is I'm taking you back to that form. So this is the form. Okay, registration link. So I'm taking you back to there, and we are going to enter some more details. So this time a guy called as Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is registering himself, And these are the details: Tom Cruise, tomcruise1234@gmail.com. This is the confirmation email. And the address, this is the city, he lives in Bangalore city, this is the zip code, and this is the province. Excellent. So let me just click on register. Okay, so Tom Cruise has been registered. This is his meeting ID. So let's have a look in Google Sheet. Do we have the database of Tom Cruise? Yes, we do have the data. So this is the event, physics lecture. The name is Tom, the last name is Cruise. This is the email, this is his address, this is the city he lives in, this is the zip code, this is the phone, and this is the country. Excellent. So our integration is working absolutely fine.
Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to automatically add registrant to your Zoom webinar when a payment is made in Razorpay. So let us begin with a small example. So as you can see, this is a checkout page I have built in Razorpay. So the idea is that once this checkout page is complete, when the payment is made, the person will be added as a registrant in this particular webinar. The webinar is full body yoga. So let us do the experiment. So we have a person called as Lyjim O'Reilly. The first name is Lyjim. The last name is O'Reilly. This is the email and this is the phone number. And he is going to pay 1300. Let me just click on pay 1300. So these are the card details of Lyjim O'Reilly. He's just going to enter his CVV and then he's going to make a payment. Skip saving card and success. Okay, so as you can see, a payment of 1300 has been made by a person called as Lyjim O'Reilly. So the idea is that Lyjim O'Reilly will be added as a registrant to a webinar. So let me just straight away take you to that webinar. So this is the webinar full body yoga. So let me just scroll down. Okay, and as you can see, there is only one registrant. So let's have a look. Who is that registrant? Nope, the data of Lyjim O'Reilly hasn't arrived. So let me just refresh this. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so as you can see, we do have Lyjim O'Reilly as a registrant. So you're obviously thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Razorpay to Zoom? So here I have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Razorpay and Zoom. Now the best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. So let us begin. So basically in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. So this is the website of pabbly.com. Just hover on products and here you will find connect. Just click on connect. Okay, so this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. And it will just take 2 minutes to build your account. In my case, I have already created an account. So let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the opening page of Pabbly Connect. Let me just scroll down and just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Razorpay to Zoom. And just simply click on create. So when you click on create, you will find two windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. So what's the deal with trigger window as well as the action window? So when you are talking about automation in Pabbly Connect, it works on the principle of triggers and action. Okay, so trigger here basically means the if statement. It asks a question, if this happens, then what should be done? For example, if a new payment is made in Razorpay, then what action should be taken? Now the action is basically a new registrant will be added in Zoom. So here Razorpay will come and here in the action Zoom will come. Now there is something I have to tell you. Using these two workflows, using these two windows, we are going to create a new workflow to integrate Razorpay to Zoom. Now also I have to mention this, after I have built this workflow, I will make sure the link of this workflow is available in the description box so that you can clone it and directly access it into your account so that you can begin your automation journey right now. Okay, so let us have a look in the trigger window. So in the choose app, I'm going to select it as Razorpay. Razorpay it is. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as payment captured? Okay, so payment captured is a trigger event. We do have a ton of trigger events, but in case if you want more trigger events, just approach the help section. So when you click on the help section, you will be directed to Pabbly forums. And in Pabbly forums, you can make a request that you want so-and-so trigger events. Okay, so let me just cancel this. So basically the gist is whenever a new payment is made in Razorpay, Pabbly Connect has to capture the data. So we actually have to follow these all steps to integrate
Razorpay to Pabbly Connect. So first step is you actually have to go to Razorpay dashboard, okay, and then you have to go to settings and then just click on webhooks. Let me show you. So this is the dashboard of Razorpay, okay, and the next step is you actually have to go to settings. So as you can see, in my case, I have already made 5 webhooks. So these are all the webhooks. Now, in case of accounts like Razorpay, you actually can only work with 5 webhooks at a time, especially if it's a trial account or working with a test account. So I have to actually delete one of the webhooks, okay? So it's just in my end, okay? So you don't have to do anything. So I've deleted one webhook, okay? So we are going to create a new webhook. So let me just click on add new webhook. You click here, okay? Now what's the next step? So we have to set up the webhook, okay? So that is why we have to enter the webhook URL. So here we have to enter the webhook URL, and this is how you get the webhook URL. You simply copy this and you just paste it here. Okay, so that's the webhook URL. The secret will remain empty. In case of the alert email, it's basically the same email with which you have signed into your Razorpay account. Now comes the most important part, the active events. In case of active events, it is mentioning that you have to select payment captured. So what we're going to do here is we are just going to make sure that it is payment captured. Okay, easy. Just click on create webhook. Okay, so it is showing a new webhook has been created. So this is the newly created webhook. Excellent. So what's next? So essentially we have integrated Razorpay to Pabbly Connect. This means anytime a new payment is made in Razorpay, Pabbly Connect will capture the data. So what we are going to do here is we are going to conduct an experiment. So let me just have a look at the payment pages. Okay, and this is the one that I'm interested in. There are a ton of payment pages, but I'm interested in this particular one, online courses. And this is the associated page URL. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to open this in a new tab. Okay, so the idea is that we are going to fill the details as a dummy customer. Now, once the detail is filled, Pabbly Connect will capture the data because Pabbly Connect is integrated with Razorpay. So it is showing it is waiting for the data. So let's not wait. Let's fill in some details. So we have a guy called as Jerry Maguire. Okay, the first name is Jerry, the last name is Maguire, and this is basically his phone number. Okay, and he's willing to pay 1,300. So these are the card details of Jerry Maguire, and he's just going to click on pay, skip saving card, and success. Okay, so a payment of 1,300 has been made by Jerry Maguire. Now, since Pabbly Connect is integrated with Razorpay, let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect has captured this data or not. Yes, we do have the details. So we have a person called as Jerry Maguire. Okay, so these are the card details. We are not really interested in that. Okay, so this is the email, this is the phone number, this is the first name, this is the last name, and the rest of the details. So we have got all the details. Excellent. Now using these details, okay, we are going to create a registrant in Zoom. And this is how you do it. So you first include action window, and in the action window you choose the app as Zoom because we want to create a Zoom webinar registrant. In the action event, let me just scroll down and let me just click on add a webinar registrant. Simply just click on connect and just go with the add new connection and connect with Zoom. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. So by default, it is showing some fields. The purpose of these fields is very simple. We are going to create a new registrant in Zoom from the data that we have received from Razorpay via Pabbly Connect. So we have the first field, that is webinar. So these are all the webinars that is present in my Zoom account. So as you can see, let me just straight away take you to the webinars. Okay, let me just take you to my webinars. So these are all the webinars that is present in my Zoom account. All the webinars that is present here is being simply reflected here. Now I have an idea. How about I create a new webinar? Okay, so let me just schedule a webinar. Now before I schedule a webinar, there is something you should know. Now this is something you should know from the Zoom end. If you are an active webinar user of Zoom, you already might know this. So before you create a webinar in Zoom, you should always make sure that the user is always, let me just show you. So in case I have the webinar license from this account, so I'm just going to click this, okay, and simply just click on edit. Make sure that always the webinar is checked in. Okay, so this box has to be checked in. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, so let me just go to the webinars and we are going to create a new webinar. So let me just schedule a webinar. And this webinar is on Yoga. Okay, Hatha Yoga, and it is scheduled on 29th of June from 2 p.m. and the duration is of 1 hour. And let me just click on required. Okay, so let me just click on schedule. So we have a new webinar called as Hatha Yoga. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on refresh. So when I click on refresh, I can expect to find this newly created webinar in the drop down. So let me just refresh this. So yeah, Hatha Yoga it is. Okay, so we have selected the webinar. Okay, so now comes the easy part. We basically map all the details one by one. So we have the first field, that is email address. So we click here and remember this is the data that we want. Okay, Jerry Maguire. Okay, so this is basically the detail that we want. So we are going to map this particular detail here. So let me just click here and Jerry Maguire. Okay, so this is the one we want, Jerry Maguire, and we have mapped it. Then we have the first name. So I think the first name was Jerry. Yes, Jerry. And then we have the last name. Okay, let's map that also. So this process is called as mapping. You just basically enter all the details one by one that we have received from Razorpay, and this is basically the phone number. Okay, we have mapped it. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send the data to Zoom to create a registrant in a particular webinar. Okay, so as you can see, the response is a positive one. So let's have a look. Do we have a registrant? So let me just go there. Okay, so this is the newly created one. And let me just refresh this. Do we have a registrant? Okay, so let's have a look. Yes, Jerry Maguire. So Jerry Maguire has been registered for Hatha Yoga. He will be attending the Hatha Yoga webinar. Excellent. So the presence of this registrant indicates we have a successful integration between Razorpay and Zoom. Now, before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window and let me just minimize the trigger window. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated Razorpay to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated Pabbly Connect to Zoom. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Razorpay and Zoom. You can directly access the Pabbly Connect and workflow from the links that I have added in the description box.
So in this video, we will learn how to set up Webhook in Zoom. So a lot of customers were facing issue while adding the Webhook URL in the Zoom application. So in this video, I will explain the complete process, a step-by-step guide that how you can add Webhook URL in Zoom. And after that, we will set up a basic automation using Pabbly Connect that whenever we will create a new meeting will be created in Zoom account, automatically the details of that meeting will be added into a Google Sheet. So creation of meeting will be the trigger of this automation which we are going to create in this video, and the action will be the addition of meeting details into Google Sheet. Now how to add the Webhook URL? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen. So first of all, we will go to a browser and search for pabbly.com/connect. So after reaching to the landing page of Pabbly Connect, by clicking on sign up free, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you already have an account, just click on sign in. So I will sign into my own Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you will reach to this All Apps page. Here, just click on Access Now below Pabbly Connect. After that, we can see that now we have reached to the Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And in this dashboard, we just have to click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name this workflow as Zoom Webhook to Google Sheets. And click on Create. Just a second. Now we can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is trigger window, second one is action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is first using the Webhook URL, which we will get in this Pabbly Connect workflow. Using that Webhook URL, we will add and connect Zoom with Pabbly Connect. So let's do it. So let's search for Zoom over here. That is Zoom. And after that, in trigger event from the drop down, we will select configure Webhook. Now, as we select configure Webhook, we have received the Webhook URL in Pabbly Connect workflow. Just copy this Webhook URL, and now let's finally learn how to add the Webhook URL in Zoom. Now to do so, we will go to a Zoom account. So this is the, for example, the meetings page of my Zoom account. After reaching to this page, on the left side, we can see several options. And in the admin section, we have an option, the last option named as advanced. click on Advanced, and after that here we have an option of App Marketplace. So I will click on this, open this App Marketplace in a new tab. So we have opened the App Marketplace, Zoom App Marketplace. After reaching to this App Marketplace, on the right side we have this Develop option, and as we hover on it, we have a drop down with some options over here, out of which we have to click on Build App. Now as we click on Build App, we have reached to this Choose Your App Type page. So here we have to basically build an app inside Zoom, and we are at this page we have to select what is the type of app that we are building. So we are building a Webhook only app. So we have to select Webhook only and just click on Create button over here. And then it is asking us for the name of our app. For example, I would like to name my Webhook app as Pabbly. So I'll name it Pabbly and click on Create. After clicking on Create, it is asking us some details like the company name, email address, and other details. So for example, I'll enter the company name as Pabbly Connect. This is my company name, Pabbly Connect. Then let me add my name as, that's Ashi. This is the email address. So basically, we just have to enter some basic details like the developer's contact information, the basic company information, and other details. These are just simple details, guys. And after entering that, just click on Continue. Now, as we click on Continue, we can see that a app named as Pabbly is created over here. And after the creating the app, it is asking us in the bottom section, we can see an option named as Event Subscription. We will just turn this button on. We will just turn it to the right side. And then we can see an Add Event Subscription option over here. So we have to basically add this Webhook URL. Just click on this Add Event Subscription. Then it is asking us subscription name. So we would like to name this subscription as, for example, Pabbly Webhook. So this is the name of this subscription. And then it is asking us event notification endpoint URL. So this is the final step, guys, where we have to add the Webhook URL, which we have received from Pabbly Connect over here. So we have copied this Webhook URL from Pabbly Connect, and now in Zoom at this place, we have to paste this Webhook URL and add it. So using this Webhook URL, we will be connecting Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, let's click on this Add Event section. Now it is asking us event type. That in the Zoom is asking us basically for which event, for what event we want Zoom to send details to this Webhook URL using to Pabbly Connect using this Webhook URL. Now here we have several event types like meeting related events, webinar related events, recording related events, and other events as well. And here on the right section, like for example, if we select meeting related events, we have the starting of meeting, end of meeting, participant join, and lots of events over here. So just for an example, we will take an event as meeting is created. So I want whenever a new meeting is created in my Zoom account, the details of that newly created meeting should be sent to Pabbly Connect using the Webhook URL which we are adding. So the topic of today's video is addition of Webhook URL in Zoom. So this is how we add the Webhook URL, and this is how you will select the event, that for what event you want to receive the data. So I want to receive the data of meeting has been created whenever a meeting is created. I have selected this event. You can basically select more than one event according to your choice. After selecting the event, just click on Done. And as we click on Done, after that just click on Save. And we will see that we have successfully created an event subscription. So first we have created a Webhook app in Zoom. First we went to Zoom account, then we go to Zoom Marketplace. There we have built an app named as Pabbly. For example, I named this app as Pabbly. Then after building the app, here we have added an event subscription to that app. And here in event subscription section, we have added the Webhook URL and selected the event, for which event we want Zoom to send data to this Webhook URL. After doing all of this, just click on Continue. And that's it. Your app is activated on the account. So it is showing us that the app which we have just now created using some simple steps is now activated, which means our Zoom account is now successfully got connected with Pabbly Connect using the Webhook URL. So this is how you add Webhook URL in your Zoom account. Now this connection is completed. Now we will be testing this connection once. So here in Pabbly Connect, we will see that it is showing us waiting for Webhook response, which means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some details, some data from Zoom using this Webhook URL. So we have added this Webhook URL for new meeting created. So we will be creating a new meeting in our Zoom account. Let's click on schedule a meeting button. Then let's give meeting a topic, for example, developers conference. Okay, so this is just a simple dummy meeting which we are creating. So developers conference is the name of the meeting. The date of the meeting is, for example, 22nd of August, and the time is, for example, we will select 3 p.m. The duration of meeting is of 1 hour. So this is the 1 hour meeting. After that, we have to select the time zone. So the time zone is Asia, Kolkata, basically Mumbai, Kolkata, New Delhi. That is the time zone of India. I am right now here in India, so we will select this time zone. Then it is asking meeting ID and other details regarding the meeting. So we just don't have to make any changes over here right now. You can basically make according to your choice. So we are creating a meeting by the name of Developer Conference for 22nd of August, 3 p.m. So we will just scroll down and click on Save. And now we can see that the meeting is now created. A meeting is now scheduled in our Zoom account. And because we have connected Zoom with Pabbly Connect using this Webhook URL, which we have learned how to add this Webhook URL in this video, because we have made the connection and the event was meeting created. If you remember, while adding the Webhook URL, we have selected meeting is created as an event. So because we have added this Webhook URL, we will see that the details or the data of this new meeting creation will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect workflow. And yes, guys, we can see that in Pabbly Connect, we have received a response. And this response is of the event of meeting created, of a new meeting creation in Zoom. Then after that, we will scroll down. We will see that we have the details of the meeting, like the name of the meeting, that what is the title or topic of the meeting is. Then we have the start date and time, that at what date and time the meeting will start. And guys, the date and time which we have received in Pabbly Connect is basically in UTC time format. So here, an important note, we can see that time zone from Zoom will be in UTC format only. So here the start time or the end date on time of the meeting which we receive from Zoom in Pabbly Connect, this time is in UTC time format. That's why we have selected the time of 3 p.m. in Zoom while creating the meeting. But in response, we can see 9:30 a.m. as time. This is because this time is in UTC time format and the Indian Standard Time is 5:30 hours ahead of UTC time format. Then we have the duration of the meeting, that what is the time duration of that meeting. Then we have the meeting joint link. Then we have the time zone of our Zoom account. So don't get confused between these two. This is the time zone of our Zoom account, in what time zone we have created the meeting, and we have received the start date and time from Zoom in UTC time format. So this is how the Zoom sends the response. So we have received the response of new meeting creation from Zoom in Pabbly Connect using the Webhook URL, which we have learned how to add it in our Zoom account. After that, suppose I want to add these details in a Google Sheet. I want to add the details of every new meeting creating in my Zoom account into a Google Sheet. Now for that, using Pabbly Connect, we will just scroll down and come to this action window. And here in Choose App, we will search for Google Sheets. Google Sheets it is. Then in action event from the drop-down, we have to select Add New Row because we want to add a new row of details in Google Sheet. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we will click on Connect with Google Sheets. Select your Google Sheets account. Scroll down and click on Continue. And that's it, guys. As we click on Continue, we can see that our Google Sheets account is now successfully got connected with Pabbly Connect. After that, we'll scroll down and in Select Spreadsheet section in the drop-down, we can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have created in our Google Sheets account can be seen over here. So here from this drop-down, we have to select in which spreadsheet we want to add these details. So the spreadsheet which I have created is named as New Meeting Details. And in this spreadsheet, I want to add 3 basic details of the new meetings which we are creating in my Zoom account. The meeting name, meeting start time, and meeting duration. So we will select New Meeting Details, this spreadsheet from the drop-down. Select the spreadsheet, and then it is asking us to select the sheet. So in Select Sheet, we can see that in this spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as Sheet 1. So here we will select Sheet 1 from the drop-down by default. Then it is asking us meeting name, meeting start time, and meeting duration. Basically, the columns which we have created in our Google Sheet for new data, the same column can be seen in Pabbly Connect.
So in the meeting name column, I want to add the name of the meeting. And we have received the name of the meeting, the date, start time of meeting, and the duration. All these three details from Zoom using the webhook response. So from the responses of Zoom, we have to basically map this response which we have received from Zoom in Pabbly Connect over here in this field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of meeting name, and from the drop down below from the responses of Zoom, select the response of meeting name and map it. So in this way, we have mapped the meeting name in this field. Then for the start time, follow the same process of mapping. From the drop down, select the response of start time and as well as the duration as well. So we have mapped the duration also. Now after mapping all of these details, just click on save and send test request. Now, as we click on save and send test request, we can see that we have received a response over here. And this response seems to be a very positive response to us. This response shows that the details which we have mapped over here, basically the details of new meeting creation from Zoom which we have received in Pabbly Connect using the Webhook URL response are now added in our Google Sheets. So let's check our Google Sheet. And yes guys, we can see that developer conference, the same meeting which we have created in our Zoom account, the details of same meeting is now added in Google Sheet. So we have the same meeting name, we have the start date and time of the same meeting in UTC format, and we also have the meeting duration. If you want, using the date time formatter operation in Pabbly Connect, you can change the time zone of the start date and time in Pabbly Connect workflow as well. And after changing the time zone, you can add that data in Google Sheet. So guys, this is it. We have successfully connected Zoom with Pabbly Connect using the Webhook URL. So in this video, we basically learned how to add Webhook URL in Zoom. So we have to basically create an app. We have to basically build an app in Zoom. And after building the app, we have to add the Webhook URL in that app. So this is it for today's video, guys. But first, let's understand in brief how we set up the Webhook URL in Zoom and how we created this workflow. So first, we have created a workflow in Pabbly Connect, and in this workflow, we have selected Zoom as a trigger application and configure webhooks was a trigger event. Then Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now, then we copied the webhook URL from Pabbly Connect. We went to Zoom, we went to advanced section, and then we went to Zoom Marketplace. After reaching to the Zoom Marketplace, we hovered on this develop option, clicked on build app, gave this app a name, and then we have selected that this app is a webhook only app. Then we have basically added some kind of event subscription and the webhook URL and that app, and then we have completed the app setup. Then we can see that our app is now activated in our account. After seeing this, or whatever the event you have selected in event subscription, on the occurring of that event, Zoom will send the data to webhook URL, and we will see that data to send to webhook URL over here in Pabbly Connect. So guys, this is it for today's video. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to send Zoom meeting invite via SMS. So imagine this, you are a teacher and you have scheduled an event on Zoom, let's say physics lecture. So you want to send an invite via SMS to those students who have registered for this particular event. So here you have two choices. The first choice is you can copy all the details from Zoom, sort it out, compose a message and send it via SMS. So the problem with this approach is it's actually very repetitive and tiresome considering you have many students. So we will go with the second approach. The second approach is you bring in some automation. So here, when a new registrant is added in Zoom, it will automatically send an SMS with invitee link via Twilio. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Zoom and Twilio. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen.
Okay, so to begin the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly.com, press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Here hover on products and here you will find the option called as connect. Click on connect and then just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also create your own free account in just 2 minutes. Here, I would like to mention one more thing that Pabbly Connect offers a plan where this integration can be tried out absolutely free. So you just have to clone the template of its workflow which is available in the description box. Once you clone the template, you will get immediate access to this amazing workflow in your account. Okay, so scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Zoom Integrations. Zoom Integration. And then just click on Create. Okay, so when you click on Create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the Choose app, how about we make it as Zoom? Because we want to send the data from Zoom, that is why. Okay, so now in the trigger event, how about we make it as configure webhooks? Okay, so at present we only have one trigger event, that is configure webhooks. Now if you want more trigger events according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. Okay, so basically the gist of the process is we are just trying to integrate Zoom to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a visit to Zoom. So this is my Zoom account. So to begin the integration process, let's go to this part called as Advanced. Click this. Okay, so under the Advanced tab, you will find the option called as Integrations. Click this, click on Integration. Okay, so in the integrations, all you have to do is just click on Go to App Marketplace. Click this. Okay, just click on Agree. Okay, so here in the App Marketplace, click on Develop. So here you will find the option called as Build App. Click this. Okay, just click on the Terms of Agreement. Okay, so as you can see here we have a lot of apps to build. So we are going with this one, JWT. Okay, so your obvious question is what is JWT? Okay, so JWT basically means JSON Web Token. So it is a self-contained way for securely transmitting information between parties as JSON objects. Basically, it means that this data flow is verified and trusted because it is digitally signed. If you don't understand it, it's okay. All you have to do is just click on Create. Okay, so we have to give a name to this JSON app. I'm going to give it as Zoom1. Okay, some random name, that's all. Just let me just click on Create. Okay, so I have changed the app name as Starfield Tutorials because Zoom1 was not looking proper. The company name, just type Starbucks or something. Okay, just random names. My name is Elon Musk. Okay, and this is my email address. Just enter all the description you can because we just want to create a JSON token. So okay, so we have entered the email address. Okay, so in the links we don't have to do anything about that. Just click on continue. Okay, so we have created a new JSON JWT. So this is Starfield Tutorials. Okay, so now bring your attention to this part called as feature. Click this. Okay, so we are going to add a feature. So toggle event subscription to the right and just click on add new event subscription. Okay, so basically the name of the event, I'm going to give it as SMS. No, how about join URL SMS to Registrants. Okay, so this is the name we are going with, join URL SMS to Registrant. And of course you can give any name according to your description, according to your discretion. Now coming to the event notification endpoint URL, so this is the most important part. Let me go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the event notification URL or the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered URL. Now we have to select the events type. So we want to send the data when a meeting registration has been created. So we have selected the event as meeting. Now in the meeting, we have the choice as meeting registration has been created. Click this and just click on done. Okay, so basically all you have to do at this point is just click on save. Excellent, and just click on continue. Okay, so at this point, it is showing that we have successfully integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect. This means anytime a new registration is created in Zoom, Pabbly Connect has to capture the data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me go to Pabbly Connect and let me just click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create a dummy registration in my Zoom account. Now before I do a dummy registration, how about we create an event? So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to schedule an event in Zoom and then I'm going to create a dummy registration. Okay, so how about we schedule a new event? Okay, so I'm going to schedule an event. So I'm going to open the events page. Okay, so this is where we schedule the event. So this is the meeting page. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to schedule a new meeting. So this meeting is on English lecture. Okay, and in the description I'm keeping it as blank. Now this lecture is scheduled on, let's say, 11th of March from 1 p.m. and the duration is of 1 hour. Okay, and of course the registration is required. Okay, so this is the passcode, and in the video I'm keeping it as on and this also on. Okay, so basically that's enough. So let me just click on save. Okay, so a new meeting has been registered, has been scheduled. So the name of the meeting is English lecture. Okay, so this is the registration link, and the registrants are going to fill in this registration link, fill in this form, and they are going to get the URL, and this URL will be sent on WhatsApp. So let us explore this link. Okay, so as you can see, the default registration form consists of only 4 blanks: the first name, the last name, email address, and the confirmation email address. So the problem is to send an SMS, we actually want a blank for the phone number. So how about we add a new blank for the phone number? So let me just scroll down, and here in the registration option, just click on edit. Okay, so in the this is the block for registration. Just click on question. Here you will have the choices, the fields that you want to add. Now, if you want to add more fields, just check the check boxes. So I specifically want this particular field, that is the phone number. Rest of the fields are not really important, but I actually want to show you that Pabbly Connect will capture all the data. So that is why I'm just checking all the boxes and making sure that the registrant has to fill all these fields mandatorily. That is why I have kept all of them as required. So let me just click on save. Okay, so we have actually built a new registration link. So let's explore this registration link once again. Okay, so as you can see, we do have the new blanks. This is the name, the last name, email address, and confirmation email address. This was the default one, and then we have added the address, city, the country, the zip code, and of course the phone number, and as well as the state and province. So basically now we are going to fill in the details. So imagine this, a person called as Lucent. Okay, so the person's name is Lucent William, is going to register himself to this event, and the email address of Lucent is lucent123@gmail.com, and let me just confirm the email address, lucent123@gmail.com, and this is the address where he lives. This is the city, this is the zip code, this is the country, this is the region, and this is the phone number. So let me just add Lucent's phone number. Okay, so we have added the Lucent's phone number. So what I'm going to do here is Lucent is going to just click on register. Okay, so the registration has been made by Lucent, and this is the URL that we want to send it on WhatsApp to Lucent's phone number. Okay, so this is the one we want to send. So since the registration has been made, and since Pabbly Connect is integrated with Zoom, let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect has captured the data or not. So let's have a look. Yes, the data has been captured. So the topic is basically the event that has been scheduled, English lecture. It has been captured. Then the time zone is Asia, Calcutta. So this is the registrant's name, that is Lucent. The last name is William. This is the email, lucent123@gmail.com. This is the address, this is the city, this is the country, this is the zip code, this is the state, which we didn't mention. So that is why it is showing it as other. Now in the phone, it is showing the phone number. So basically we want to send this URL on this phone number as SMS. Now our question is, has the URL been captured by Pabbly Connect? So let's have a look. So let me just scroll down. Yes, this is the URL. This is the joining URL. Okay, so Pabbly Connect has captured this particular detail also. Excellent. So basically now we have to use Twilio, or you can use any SMS sending apps, but I'm going to use Twilio to send the SMS. So just click on this plus button. When you click on this plus button, another window opens up. This is called as the action window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Twilio? Because we want to send the data, send the SMS via Twilio. Now in the action event, how about we make it as send SMS message? Send SMS message is an action event. There is one more action event that is called phone. Now in case if you want more action events according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. But at present, I just want to send an SMS via Twilio. Okay, so just click on connect with Twilio. Now in the new credentials, we have to fill in the account SID, authorization token, and again the account SID. So let's have a visit to Twilio. So I'm just going to open my Twilio account. So this is my Twilio account. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go to this part called as settings. Click here. Okay, so this is the settings page. Let it open up. Okay, so this is the settings page, and in the API credentials subsection, you will find the account SID. So this is the account SID. Simply copy this and just paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the account SID. Now again, here you have to enter the account SID. So I'm just pasting the account SID once again. Now coming to this part called as the authorization token. So to get the authorization token, let's go back to Twilio and just remove the privacy. This is the authorization token. I have copied this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the account SID 2 times and also the authorization token. So let me just click on save. Okay, so excellent. So it is showing a set of blanks has appeared in front of you. The purpose of these blanks is very simple. We are going to compose a message from the data that we have received from Zoom via Pabbly Connect. So in the body of the message SMS, let's start mapping. So let me introduce you to this button. This button is called as the mapping button. When we click this, we will find all the data that we have received from Zoom. So in the body of the SMS, how about we just map in some details and create a short SMS. Okay, so how about we start with hello. Hello, and just map in the name. So this is how you map the details. Hello Lucent, you can join, and the classes was English lecture through this link, and to enter a space for a new line character, all you have to do is enter this character /n. And this is the URL that we want to send to Lucent William. So this is the URL. So we have mapped it. Excellent. So hello Lucent, you can join English lecture through this link. And this SMS will be delivered to this address. To the number is this one. So let me just map in the number. So in the recipient number, we have mapped Lucent's number. So this is the number. Okay, so there is something I need to show you. So as you can see, this is the recipient number. Okay, so Twilio is demanding that you should always add plus in front of the phone number. So I'm going to add a plus sign. Okay, so our recipient number is now ready. Now coming to the sender number. So I'm going to type in my number. So this is my number. So this is my number and I have typed it. And okay, so basically our message is ready. The sender number is this and the recipient number is this. So when I click on save and send test request, it will send the SMS to Lucent. So let me do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing the message has been sent. So let's have a look. Okay, so this is the message. Hello Lucent, you can join English lecture through this link. Excellent. So when Lucent clicks on this link, he will be redirected to my Zoom meeting. Excellent. So the presence of this SMS shows that we have successfully integrated Zoom and Twilio with help of Pabbly Connect. So how about we double check if our integration is working fine or not by just adding one more registrant and sending an SMS to him. Now before we do that, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So here I'm going to minimize my action window, and also I'm going to minimize my trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated Pabbly Connect to Twilio. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Zoom and Twilio. Okay, excellent. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going back to Zoom, clicking on the registration, and imagine some other guy is making an registration. So the registrant this time is let's say Tom Cruise. Okay, so this time Tom Cruise is registering to my English lecture, and this is his phone number. Okay, so we have entered Tom Cruise phone number. So let me just click on register. Okay, so the registration has been made by Tom Cruise. So let's have a look. Has he got any SMS? Okay, so this was the SMS that Tom Cruise has received. So our integration is working absolutely fine.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our new video. So in this video, we are going to learn how to upload Zoom meeting video recordings automatically to Dropbox. So here, let me explain you this topic with an example. So let's suppose I am a teacher and I conduct online classes on Zoom meeting app. So here, what I want to do is every time I conduct a class, I want the recording of that class to be saved into Dropbox. So you must be thinking why I want to do this, what is the use here. So it can be like once the backup is created, I can use it further in case I need them. So similarly, you can also use the same use case into different professions. So it's the point, just the point is, if you conduct online meetings, online recordings, and you want to record them and you want to create the backup, so this is what we are going to learn in this video. So let me first explain you the software applications. So as I told you, I'm using here Zoom. So here Zoom meeting app I am using to record the video. Instead of Zoom, you can also use Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, or any other meeting hosting app. Okay. Next, I'm using Dropbox. So Dropbox is basically a cloud-based storage software. You can also use Google Drive here. Okay. So here what I want is, every time I conduct a meeting and I want that video to be recorded and I want that to be saved into my Dropbox. But the issue here is Zoom and Dropbox do not have any integration, any contact between them. So how I'm going to do that? I need to build that automation between them. So here in this video, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software. So what is going to happen here is, when I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, it is going to build an automation between Zoom and Dropbox. So here what will happen is, every time a recording is going to get completed in Zoom, it is automatically going to be saved into my Dropbox. Isn't it amazing that with the help of Pabbly Connect, we are integrating these two different software applications? The best part here is, to use Pabbly Connect, you do not need to have coding skills and programming knowledge. It is actually very easy to use. Any non-technical person can also use Pabbly Connect really very easily. So now let us understand this complete process, that how I'm going to build that automation, build that workflow between Zoom and Dropbox on my screen. And we are also going to see a real-time example that how this process actually works.
So guys, this is the dashboard of Zoom. So here you can see I have already created my account, and here you can see on the dashboard I have all my scheduled meetings. So I have scheduled a meeting for the makeup class, which is especially for skin type. So it is going to be start from 2 p.m. So I scheduled this class, and this is the point that I want to record this class as well. So on my dashboard here, on this option recordings, you can see all the recorded class of my account are available here, visible here. Now here let me show you, this is my account of Dropbox. Here you can see this is the dashboard of Dropbox, and here into my this folder Zoom, all the recordings will be saved. So now let us do the real-time example that how this process is going to work. So for that, I'm going to start this scheduled meeting, which is at 2 p.m. So I'm just going to start this meeting, and then we will record, and then we will directly check on Dropbox if after recording this recording of my Zoom class is getting saved or not. So here let me just start the meeting. Okay, so here I have to launch the meeting. Perfect. Now here, as you can see, the meeting is started. It is just a demo which I am recording to show you as an example. So now here you can see the meeting is started. I'm going and the recording is also started as well. Here you can see it has started recording. So as you can see, I'm just going to share my screen. So this is the complete screen which I want to share here so that it can be recorded. So my screen is recording here. Let me show you my Dropbox. Okay, so this is my Dropbox account. So let's keep this is the example. So this is long. I just want to keep the recording. So now I'm going to stop sharing, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to end this class. So here, as you can see, I just recorded a demo class. I'm ending the meeting for all. Now here, as the class is recorded, let me take you back to my Zoom dashboard here so that we can check. Okay. So let's go back onto Zoom dashboard. Perfect. So now here you can see at recordings my skin types makeup class. Yes, here you can see the recording is getting processed. It will be processed in 1 or 2 minutes. So let me just refresh it. And now here let's check if it is going to get saved automatically onto my Dropbox or not. So again, I'm just going to refresh it because as it is a class, it is taking a bit time to get recorded here. But now let's check into Dropbox if the same recording is uploaded or not. So this is the Dropbox. account. Perfect. Now here you can see my class for skin types is automatically saved into Dropbox. I just completed the class here. I just clicked on end meeting, and as and when the meeting was ended, all the recording of my class was saved into my Dropbox folder automatically. So let's play it here. Let me show you. So here you can see this is the complete, as I showed you like this. So this was the complete recording here. There is nothing in this. It was just a demo. I showed you that this is how this process is going to work. So as you can see, this was the title of my class, skin types makeup class. It is saved here into my Dropbox. So you must be thinking that how did I make this workflow between Zoom and Dropbox, that every time a meeting which I have scheduled is getting completed, automatically it is getting uploaded into my Dropbox account. So here let me tell you that I followed 3 very simple steps and created this automation between Zoom meetings and Dropbox. So let me show you what are those steps so you can also follow the same and create this amazing workflow. So guys, these are the steps which I followed to create the automation between Zoom and Dropbox. So the step 1 is connect Pabbly Connect to Zoom with the help of Webhook URL. So for this, first we need to log in into our Pabbly Connect account. Then we need to connect our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect with the help of Webhook URL. So this Webhook URL is basically an address provided by Pabbly Connect. We have to copy this and paste it into our Zoom account so that our Zoom account can connect with Pabbly Connect. In the second step, we have to collect the data from Zoom in Pabbly Connect. Now what we have to do is, as our Zoom account is now connected with Pabbly Connect, what we have to do is we have to do a recording. We have to conduct the recording, Zoom meeting, and then the recording which is saved into Zoom, it is going to get captured here into Pabbly Connect automatically. This means the data from Zoom will be collected here into Pabbly Connect automatically. In the third step, we have to send the same data to Dropbox to upload the recording. Now, what we have to do is, as we have the data from Zoom into Pabbly Connect, we have to transfer the same data into Dropbox so that we can upload the file, upload the recording into Dropbox automatically. So these are the steps which we need to create the workflow. So I'm going to tell you each and every step in detail on my screen. So keep watching this video till last. So guys, to start with the process, first we have to go to our browser window. So here in the browser, we have to search for pabbly.com, P-A-B-B-L-Y, pabbly.com. So after typing pabbly.com, here you can see this is the website for pabbly.com. Now here on products option, we have to click on connect. So after clicking on connect, here you can see this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. This is what we are using, Pabbly Connect. So now here I'm going to click on sign in, as I have already created my account. But if you are a fresher or a new user and you too wish to create your account into Pabbly Connect, you can also create your account just by signing up for free from here in 2 minutes. Now I'm going to click on sign in, and here you can see this all apps window will appear. Now to continue making with the workflow, I'm going to scroll down, and at connect, I am going to click on access now. So once I'm going to click on access now, then you can see here this dashboard will appear. On the top right corner, there is a button named as create workflow. So here we have to click on this create workflow. So as you can see, after clicking on create workflow, this dialog box will appear. Now here we have to give a name according to our workflow. So you can give it according to your choice. Right now I'm just going to give it as Zoom meetings to Dropbox. It's just I'm taking it according to the topic. You can also give the workflow title according to your choice, and then I'm going to click on create. Okay, so now here you can see after clicking on create, this window will appear, and here you can see the title of our workflow, Zoom meetings to Dropbox, and there are 2 boxes, the trigger and action. So you must be thinking, what are they? So let me explain you here that automation works on the concept of triggers and actions. So here trigger basically means when this happens, or we can say happening of an event. The action means do this, or we can also say that the response to that event. Okay, now what we have to do here is we have to understand this according to our example. So here the trigger will be when a meeting is recorded into Zoom, the action will be automatically uploaded to the Dropbox. So let us understand this practically. So in the trigger window, in the choose app, I am going to choose Zoom. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the trigger event. So here the trigger event will be configure webhooks. So now as I selected this trigger event, you can see this webhook URL is provided by Pabbly Connect along with this step guide. So according to this, it is written here to create a webhook in Zoom. We have to refer this documentation. Okay, so here is a link provided for the steps. So we are going to click on this link. Perfect. So after clicking on this documentation link, here you can see the steps to integrate Zoom webhook guides is provided, which is JWT app. Okay, so we have to follow the steps one by one so that we can connect our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. So here it is written, log in into your Zoom account, navigate to left side sidebar admin, and there we have to click on app marketplace. Okay, then we have to click on open Zoom marketplace. Perfect. Let's follow it one by one. So for that, let me first take you to my Zoom account. So here, as I told you, this is my account. So this will be the dashboard. You can also create your account. Then at admin section, what we are going to do is we are going to click on advanced. And at the advanced section, we have to click on app marketplace. So once we click on app marketplace, a new window will be opened. So here you can see this is the app marketplace for Zoom. Now what we have to do is we have to integrate it with Pabbly Connect. So for this, what we have to do is here on the top right corner, here you can see this button named as develop. We have to click on develop, and there we have to click on build app. So once we are going to click on build app, here you can see this JWT app which was mentioned here. It is available. You do not need to worry here. You can see all these steps are provided onto this documentation in detail, each and every. So you just have to follow them till last so that you can actually create the integration. I'm also going to tell you, it's just let me take you to this app. So here you can see this is the app. Now here you can see I've already created this. That is why I'm just going to click on view here. If you have not created yet, you have to click on create. Then after clicking on create, you have to provide the app name. Then you have to provide the basic details. But as I have already started using Zoom to integrate with Pabbly Connect, I have already built the app. So I'm just going to click on view here. So after I clicked on view here, you can see here the Pabbly Connect test. This is the name I have given. Let me show you again the documentation. So here you can see as they have provided testing JWT in similar way, I have provided the name here. You can also provide the name according to your choice. Then we have to provide the basic information. So I've already provided all the information. So that is why I'm going to take you there. So here you can see in the information section, I have provided all the information, app name, short description, company name, and email address and everything else. Now second thing is app credentials. So here you can see once you create the information, these app credentials are visible here. Now here we have to move next, which is features. So what we have to do is we have to provide here you can see this is the main step here. To integrate it with Pabbly Connect, what we have to do is on this event subscription option, we have to click on this arrow. So once we click on this window will appear. So right now I'm just going to delete this already existing keys so that I can create the new one in front of you. So don't worry here, I just deleted the already created events, the real-time example I just showed you. So now we need to make a fresh connection. So that is why what I'm going to do right now is at here event subscription, I'm going to click on add new event subscription. So once I clicked on event subscription, here you can see I have to provide the name as well as this endpoint URL. So let us provide the name as Zoom recordings. Perfect. Let me correct it, Zoom recordings. So I just provided the name. Here you can see the subscription name is Zoom recordings. You can give it according to your choice. Then we need to provide their event notification endpoint URL. Don't worry, this is the same URL which is provided by Pabbly Connect. So this webhook URL, we have to copy this. Once it is copied, we have to paste it here. Okay, perfect. Now what we have to do is we have to click on this add events option. Now here, what is the purpose of this video? What is the purpose of this task? We have to record the meeting and automatically save it into Dropbox. So that is why we need to select the event type here according to the recording option. So that is why we are moving on to this recording option, and here we have to choose all recordings have completed. We have to click on this checkbox, and once it is selected, we are going to click on done. Perfect. Now events are added. We are going to click on save. And this way our Zoom account will get connected to Pabbly Connect, and then we are going to click on continue. So here you can see We just clicked on continue, and here you can see it has started waiting for the webhook response. Now what we have to do is, again, here you can see everything is done. Let's go back to our Zoom dashboard. So here what I'm going to do right now is I'm again going to schedule a meeting so that the same data can be captured here. So for that, again, I'm going to, let's not just schedule, let's start the meeting. So I'm just clicking on host meeting, screen share only, so that I can show you that how instantly it works. So for that, I'm going to launch the meeting here, and here you can see the meeting is started. Okay, now here I'm just going to join audio by computer, and according to this the meeting is started. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start recording. So here I just started the recording for example. So the recording will be for Pabbly Connect. And now here I'm going to click on share screen. Perfect. I want to share this complete screen. Perfect. Now here I've started sharing the screen. According to this, my recording is started. So it is just an example I am recording so that I can show you that this same data is going to get captured here into Pabbly Connect. So now let's keep it till here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop share. I'm going to stop recording. Perfect. And I'm going to end the meeting for all. Perfect. So in this way, here you can see a meeting I just hosted. Let me take you back to my dashboard here. Perfect. Let's go back. So here you can see on my recording options, I just hosted a meeting which was for Pabbly Connect Zoom meeting. I did not provided any title, so that is why it is looking like this. The process is still processing. So this means I just recorded a meeting here. Let's see if the same data is captured here or not. So it is waiting for the webhook response. Let me just refresh it. Perfect. Now here you can see the data is captured. Let's see here the data. So now here you can see the file type is MP4. Obviously it is a video. So here you can see the data is captured here, and the recording completed was our event. And here you can see this is the complete data captured here into Pabbly Connect. Now what we have to do is we have to upload this same recording. Let me show you the recording. So this is the recording, Pabbly Connect Zoom meeting. We have to upload this same meeting here into our Dropbox. So for this, what I'm going to do right now is in the action window in the choose app, I'm going to choose Dropbox. Dropbox. Let me correct it. This one. Perfect. And then I'm going to select the action event. So the action event here will be upload a file. So once I'm going to click on upload a file, then I'm going to click on connect, and I'm going to connect my Dropbox account with Pabbly Connect. So for this, I'm going to click on add new connection. Then I'm going to click on connect with Dropbox. So now as I've already logged into my Dropbox, so it is going to get connected automatically. So here you can see authorization successful. Now what I have to do is I have to map data. Here you can see after the Dropbox account was connected with Pabbly Connect, here you can see these fields just appeared, and here we have to map the data. So here you must be thinking what is mapping and how it is done. So let me explain you that the data here available into Pabbly Connect from Zoom account, this same data will be available into a drop down kind of window like this. So from here you can map the data really easily just by clicking once according to the field asked. So here what we have to do is we have to provide the file URL. Okay, so here what kind of file URL? Here we have to provide, let me show you. We have to provide this downloading object recording files, this URL. Perfect. So once the URL is provided here, then we have to give the file name. So here the file name will be this one, Pabbly Connect Zoom meeting. Perfect. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to provide .mp4. Why? Because I want to keep it like this only. Perfect. Then what I'm going to do is according to here what I just did, here I read the instruction which is name of the file with proper file extension. So if we are going to provide any image, we have to keep the extension according to the image such as JPG or something like that. But right now here I want to provide the video here, so that is why I gave the extensions as MP4. Now here I'm going to provide the folder path. So the folder path is into my Dropbox. The folder path is Zoom. So here you can see the folder path here is /zoom. So that is why what I'm going to provide here is /zoom. You can always provide the Dropbox folder path here according to your created folder. So here you can see we have completely mapped the data. Now I'm just going to click on save and send test request, and then we are going to check on Dropbox directly if the file is getting saved or not. So here you can see I just clicked on save and send test request. Perfect. Now here you can see the response is received, and according to this the file will be uploaded here. So let's move on to our Dropbox account. Here you can see perfect. Here is the file for Pabbly Connect Zoom meeting here. Let me show it. Here you can see it is saved. Here I just recorded it. Perfect. So this is the gist of the process. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to explain you the process what we actually did. Then we will again perform a real-time check if this workflow is running smoothly or not. So here first we integrated Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. So for this we used this Webhook URL to connect the Zoom account. Then we captured all the data. Next, in the second step, what we did in the action in window, we chose Dropbox and we connected our Dropbox account with Pabbly Connect, and there we mapped the data. In this way, our workflow was created. So let us check it. So what I'm going to do right now is, again, I'm going to take you to my Zoom dashboard here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to schedule a meeting. Okay. So here the meeting will be of, let's keep the meeting name as test. Okay. And the meeting will be, let's keep the time as it is. I'm not going to make any changes here, and I'm just going to click on allow participants. Okay, I'll automatically record the meeting, and I'm going to click on save. So here you can see the meetings here will be created. Let me just refresh my page so that I can show you the recordings here into my account. Perfect. So now here, let me take you to my profile again. Not here, sorry, at meetings here. Here you can see the meeting is created for test. Let us start this meeting. So I'm just going to click on start, launch meeting. Here I'm going to join from browser. Okay, so the meeting test title is started. So here I'm just going to click here. So as you can see, it has started the recording. The recording is started here. You can see automatically because I chose the option. Now here I'm going to click on share screen so that I can share the screen as well. So I'm just recording the demo so that we can check if our workflow is working fine or not. So here I think this much is enough. So for this I'm just going to stop sharing and I'm going to click on end. Now here I ended the meeting for all. So here let me take you to my Zoom dashboard again. Let's click on back. Perfect. So now here you can see into recordings, there will be a recording getting saved in the name of test here. So the processing recording, it is going on. Let us check after this if once it is processed, we are going to check on our Dropbox account if it is getting saved automatically or not, whether our workflow is working smoothly or not. So let me take you to my Dropbox here and I'm going to refresh it. Let me take you to the folder here and I'm going to refresh it. Perfect. So that this recording, let me show you, which is the topic is test, is saved here or not. Perfect. So the file here is processed. Let's check here. Excellent. Here you can see once the file was processed, it is saved here into my Dropbox. So the title was test. Let me show you. So this was the complete recording. We just perfect. I'm not going to play it. Perfect. Now here you can see our workflow is running smoothly. Isn't it wonderful that we just integrated our Zoom account with Dropbox really very easily with the help of Pabbly Connect? Now let me tell you one more amazing thing, that the link of this same workflow is available into the description of this video. You can simply copy the same link and clone this workflow into your Pabbly Connect account and start using it just for free.
Hello and welcome to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we will see how to set up Zoom Trigger in Pabbly Connect. So guys, using Zoom Trigger, as you all know, you can get the data from your Zoom account in Pabbly Connect immediately, instantly on the happening of that event. So how you can set up these triggers in Pabbly Connect? Let's see. So I have created a workflow named as Zoom Trigger Setup. Let's start with our trigger window, and here in Choose App, we have to search for Zoom Trigger. So select Zoom Triggers over here. After selecting it, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select Configure Webhook. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, first we have to build an app inside our Zoom account. Don't worry guys, it is a very simple process. All you have to do is just follow the help text given below over here. Just go to your Zoom account and from the left side, just scroll down and you will see an option named as Advanced. Just click on Advanced and under it, click on App Marketplace. Now you can see we have reached to Zoom App Marketplace. Here on the right side, you can see an option of Develop. Just hover on it and under it, click on Build App. And here we have started the app building process of Zoom. So first we have to select the type of the app, that what kind of app we are building. So here in this type section, we have to create a Webhook only app. So here under Webhook only, just click on Create button. And then just give your application a name. For example, I would like to name it as Demo for now. You can basically give any name to your app. And then just click on Create. After this, here we have to enter some basic details. For example, company name. So let me enter a company name and the developer's contact information. So these are some dummy details. And after entering these details, what you have to do, you just have to click on Continue over here. Then after that, here you can see we have successfully created this app. And when you will read through this help text, the last help text says navigate to feature section and copy the secret token. So after creating this app, here we can see the secret token of our app. We just have to copy the secret token from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting the secret token, click on Save. Now here guys, we have successfully connected our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. And after making this connection, Pabbly Connect gave us a Webhook URL. Now we have successfully built the app, but what this app is going to do? We have to basically create an event subscription in this app that on happening of what event we want Zoom to send data to Pabbly Connect. So let's start this setup. First, turn on this event subscription button on and then click on this add event subscription button. Then give this subscription a name, for example, test1. I have given this name. And then here it is asking us event notification endpoint URL. Now here in this endpoint URL section, guys, you have to actually paste the same URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy this Webhook URL from here, go to Zoom account and here in this event notification endpoint URL section, paste it over here. After pasting this URL, we also have to validate this same URL by clicking on this validate button. But before that, here in our Pabbly Connect account, you can see an option of save and send test request. You just have to click on this option of save and send test request and now it has changed to waiting for a response. And after this, go back to your Zoom app marketplace and click on this validate button. And now we will see this Webhook URL which we have added is now validated. Now after validating this Webhook URL, validating this connection, the next thing we have to select is the event, that for what event we want Zoom to send data. Just click on this add event button and here you can see a list of different events in our Zoom account. So let's take an example of meeting. So I want to set up that whenever a new meeting is created in my Zoom account, I want to get the data in Pabbly Connect. Just for an example, so here in event type, we are going to select meeting and select the event. Meeting has been created. You can basically select any event you want according to your use case, according to your requirement. And then just click on done. Click on save and click on continue. So in this way, we have successfully connected our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. We built an app, a Webhook only app in our Zoom account. We have connected that app with Pabbly Connect and also we have added the Webhook URL to instantly get the notification and validated the URL. Now after this guys, here Pabbly Connect is still showing us waiting for response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some data, some response of Zoom for the event for which we have created this app. So here guys, in our Zoom account, we are going to create a new meeting. So for that, we have added this Webhook URL. Click on the schedule a meeting button. Give this meeting a name, for example, test meeting. Let's change the date and time. So the date of the meeting is 13th of December and time is, for example, 11 a.m. The duration of this meeting is, for example, 30 minutes. And then let's change or keep the details same, other details as same and click on save. So as we click on save, we will see just now we have created a new meeting in our Zoom account. The name of the meeting is test meeting and this is the date and time, 13th of December 2022, 11 a.m. And we will see as this meeting is created, instantly the details of this meeting, newly created meeting will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, here in our Pabbly Connect trigger window, we can see we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the same meeting. We have the same name of the meeting, the test meeting, which we have given. Then we have the same start date and time. So we have the start date as 13th of December 2022 and time is 5:30 a.m. Now the time is basically in UTC time format. That is why you can see 5:30 a.m. over here instead of the time of 11 a.m. So in UTC time zone, this 11 a.m. is basically 5:30 a.m. Now after this, when you will scroll down, you can see other details of the meeting as well. So in this way guys, we saw in this video that how you can set up Zoom trigger inside Pabbly Connect.
Hey guys, I'm Akash and welcome to Pabbly. So the topic for today's video is automatically add Zoom meeting or webinar registrants to Salesforce. Now suppose guys, you are a business owner and you are using Zoom to host some kind of meetings and webinars online. And you want that the leads or the contacts you are generating from that meeting, you want to nurture them. So you want to add them in a CRM application just like Salesforce. Now guys, every time a new registrant gets added for your meeting or webinar, you have to manually get the details of that registrant and manually add that person into your Salesforce CRM. And this manual process is very much repetitive and time consuming on a daily basis. So in this video, I came up with an awesome automation for you by which whenever a new user will get added as a registrant for our Zoom meeting or Zoom webinar, automatically the very same person will also be get added as a contact in our Salesforce CRM. Interesting, right? So guys, you must be thinking how we are going to do this. So to make this happen, we will be using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation and integration software. Now, what is the actual step-by-step guide to set up this automation and how you can create this automation by yourself? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on the Pabbly Connect dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you just have to go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. And after reaching to the landing page of Pabbly Connect, by clicking on sign up free, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you already have an account, just click on sign in. So after reaching this dashboard, click on create workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I'll name my workflow as Zoom to Salesforce. Zoom to Sales. And click on create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is trigger window, second one is action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is first we will get the details or the data of new registrants who are registering for our Zoom meeting or Zoom webinar from Zoom inside Pabbly Connect. And after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will send that very same data of those registrants to Salesforce to add them as a new contact. So here in trigger window, in choose app, search for Zoom. Zoom it is. And after that, it is asking us trigger event. So here in trigger event, we will select configure webhook. After selecting configure webhook, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now we will use this webhook URL to make the connection between Zoom and Pabbly Connect. And how you can make the connection, you can refer to the hyperlink given over here. So just copy this webhook URL from here, go to your Zoom account, and on the left side, we can see an option named as Advanced or At Last. Just click on Advanced and click on App Marketplace. Then in the new tab, we can see that Zoom App Marketplace is open over here. Just hover on the right top corner on Develop and click on Build App. Now guys, you must be thinking that this is a very tough or complex process, but no, it's not like that. It is very simple process. After clicking on build an app, just scroll down and here we have an option named as webhook only. Click on create and give your app a name. For example, I'll name my app as Pabbly Connect. Click on create. Now after that, we have to enter some details of our company. So let's enter the details. I'll enter my name and an email address. Then click on continue. Now at this very same page of add feature, we have a verification token and we have an option named as event subscription. So turn this button on, switch this button to the right side and click on add event subscription. Then we have to give this subscription name. So for example, I'll name this subscription as Salesforce. And then here in the event notification endpoint URL, we have to basically paste the very same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. So just paste this very same webhook URL over here. After that, it is asking us events. So just click on this add event button. And if you want to add the registrant of your Zoom meeting registrant inside Pabbly Connect or get the data of Zoom meeting registrant inside Pabbly Connect and add them to Salesforce, go to meetings, scroll down and select the event named as meeting registration has been created. So just select this. And if you want to do the very same thing for webinar, just go on webinar, click on webinar and select the webinar registration has been created, this event over here. You can choose your event according to your choice, or you can choose the very same both events as well. So I'll select the both events and click on done. Click on save and the connection is successful. So just now we have connected our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect so that whenever a new registrant will be added in our Zoom meeting or our in Zoom webinar, automatically the details or the data of that very same new registrant will be sent from Zoom to Pabbly Connect. Just click on continue over here and the app is active in our account. We can see that. So after making a connection, let's create a dummy registrant, a test registrant in our Zoom account. So let's go to Zoom over here. Then this is a meeting which I have created for the 13th of July at 10 AM. So we will create a dummy registrant on this very same meeting. Click on this meeting. And here we can see the registration link of this. Let's open this link in a new tab. And here is the page. So guys, basically we have to enter the details of a dummy user over here. So let's enter the name. The name is Ashirai. As you can see, first name, last name. Let's enter the email address of a dummy user, for example. Okay, so this is the email address of the very same dummy user. Yes, it is done. Okay, so this is the email address of that very same dummy user. After that, let's enter the mobile number as well. And after entering the details of a dummy user, just click on register. And a new registrant is created in our meeting named as Developers Conference. Now guys, because we have connected Pabbly Connect with Zoom, the details or the data of this very same new registrant will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. So let's go to Pabbly Connect over here. And yes guys, here in trigger window, we have received a response from Zoom, and in this response, we will see we have the name of the meeting, which for the name of the event for which the registrant has registered. Then we will scroll down and we will find the name of the customer or the registrant who has registered for this meeting, as well as their email address. And when we will scroll down, we will find their mobile number as well. So guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is now successfully completed. We have successfully collected the details or the data of the new registrant which were adding in our Zoom meeting or Zoom webinar inside Pabbly Connect. And guys, we can see this very same registrant over here in our Zoom meeting page as well. We will scroll down and click on this manage registrant page. And yes guys, you can see very same registrant over here. So after that, let's move to step 2. Now we have to send this very same contact details of this user who has just now registered in our Zoom meeting or Zoom webinar to Salesforce. For that, we will scroll down and click on this action window over here. And here in choose app, we will search for Salesforce. Salesforce it is. After that, in action event, we will select create contact. So this is action event named as create contact. Click on connect, select add new connection, and click on connect with Salesforce. So guys, because I have already logged into my Salesforce account in my browser, as you can see over here, Pabbly Connect detected the very same account and asking us for the authorization permission. So just click on allow. And now we can see that our Salesforce account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now after making the connection, it is asking us for the last name of the contact which we want to create in our Salesforce account. So we have received the first name, last name, email and phone number of our Zoom meeting registrant from our Zoom responses in our trigger window. So this is the last name. So we have to basically map this very same response, very same last name from response from Zoom to this window over here in last name. And the process of mapping, guys, is very simple. Simply just click on this field and from the drop down below, you can see all the responses which we have received from Zoom. And out of all those responses, select the response of last name. Now after that, it is asking us for the first name. So we will follow the same process of mapping to map the first name as well. Map the first name. Then it is asking us for the address. So we haven't received the address of the Zoom registrant in our Zoom registration form, and these fields are not mandatory, not required. So we can ignore these fields for now. Then we will scroll down. Then it is asking us for the mobile number. So we will map the mobile number from Zoom responses. So this is the mobile number. We will map it. After that, it is asking us for the email. So we have also received the email. So we'll map the email address as well. And after that, we'll just scroll down and click on this save and send test request. And yes guys, after clicking on save and send test request, we have received a response over here. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details of the contact, basically the Zoom meeting registrant which we have created just now, is now successfully added as a contact in our Salesforce account. So let's check it. We will go to the home page of our Salesforce account and go to contact section. And yes guys, we can see that just now the details of the very same user which we have added while making the Zoom meeting registration, Ashirai, that very same user is now successfully added as a new contact in our Salesforce account, which means the automation which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. Now every time a new registrant will be added in my Zoom meeting or Zoom registrant, automatically the very same user with very same details will be added as a new contact in my Salesforce CRM. So after setting up this automation, we just have to test this automation once. We'll go to the Zoom registration page once again, and this time we will enter the details of a new user or a new registrant over here. So let's enter the details. So this is the name of the user. This is the email. And this is this very same email once again. Let's enter the phone number. And after entering all these details, just click on register. I'm not a robot for sure. And we can see that just now we have created a new registrant in our Zoom meeting. Now, because we have created this automation, we will see that this very same detail, with this very same user who has registered for our Zoom meeting will also be added as a contact in our Salesforce CRM. So let's get back to Salesforce, refresh this contact page once. And yes guys, we can see that that very same registrant is now instantly added as a new contact in our Salesforce CRM, which means we have tested this automation in real time and we saw that this automation is working perfectly fine. Now, after creating this automation and testing it, let's get back to Pabbly Connect and understand in brief that what are the steps we followed while setting up this automation. So first, we have created a workflow inside Pabbly Connect, and in this workflow, we have selected Zoom as a trigger application and configure Webhook was our trigger event. After that, using a Webhook URL, we have connected our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect so that we can get the details or the data of new Zoom meeting or webinar registrant inside Pabbly Connect. So after getting that response, we have sent that very same data, very same response to Salesforce to add that very same registrant as a contact in our Salesforce CRM. So not just these applications guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this very same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this very same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free.
If you need any kind of help or have any queries, you can ask them on forum.pabbly.com and you can check Pabbly Connect's pricing at this link. So if this video was helpful to you, you can like this video, don't forget to share it with others, and to keep getting such content on automation and integration, you can subscribe to Pabbly. Thank you, have a nice day.